Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a great start to your day so far. Thank you, Terabyte. Oh my god, only 1.5 weeks left to order your Outbreak merch that I'm a part of. If you want Outbreak merch, you have to order it this week. Otherwise, it's gone. It's gone. Gone like a freight train. Gone like yesterday. Gone like a soldier in the Civil War. Bang, bang. Gone. Buy it. Happy Monday. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm having my coffee. Happy 420. Happy 420. You know what that means. Congratulations. This is my sixth stream in a row. Let's go. Order your Outbreak merch or no Stim Peasant plush. Well, there will still be a Stim Peasant plush, but you should order Outbreak merch and support our goals. Did you guys hit your required sales? No, we did not. But that's...
Hope your day goes well.
We have a week left. We have a week left. Thank you, Red, for the 7 months of tier 2. Thank you, thank you. No, Stim, you're supposed to lie, so you do hit your sales. Damn it. Dang it. Green violence on 420? We're committing war crimes on 420 day. I think it's till... Is it supposed to be the end of the month? I think so. I should ask to confirm. Song name? This is Knee Deep by Zach Brown Band and Jimmy Buffett. Let me ask management when the sales actually close. I think it's... I don't know. Let me ask quick. What is the last day? Oh, we have a meeting tonight. Oopsies. What is the last day for the Outbreak merch? Pre-order. Okay, I will let you know. I will let you know when they get back to me. I know, we're almost at the end of April. Isn't that crazy? It feels like it's like the start of the year still. I did not mean to put the stim pit emote. I wasn't even gonna ask. I was a little curious, like, oh hey, look at my pits. Happy Monday, here's some armpits. I wasn't gonna judge. I mean, I wasn't gonna judge. What do you have there? Stim puppy. What is that? No! How do you keep getting this stuff? Come from? What the? Goodness. Every time I look at this dog, she has some form of chocolate. Like, she's a fiend. She's a fiend. You can't have chocolate. You will die. Why do you keep trying to eat things that are bad for you? I can't blame her. She had a granola, like, you know, I like my chocolate dipped granola bar. She had a granola bar just now. How did you get that? Where did that come from? Dogs love chocolate so much, I don't get it. She's like literally addicted to chocolate. I need to check her into rehab or something. She's addicted to it. She chewed through cardboard boxes to get at the chocolate. And then she chewed through the plastic wrappers to eat the chocolate. It's crazy. It was on the table. She parkoured. This is a little tiny wiener dog with little short legs. She parkoured up onto the table, dragged the box off, and then destroyed it. I don't know how. Well, I mean, I know how. She like pushed up. She like pushed up something to the chair, climbed up on that. Okay, I have like these Squishmallow plushies, like the big ones. She like dragged that over to the chair, used that as like a stepping stool, jumped up onto the chair, and then because she's so long, when she stands up, she's quite tall. She stood up, got the stuff off the table, and then dragged it to the floor. It's crazy. I can't keep things on my tables anymore. I had to put them up on the counter, I guess. I'm just so forgetful. She has tons of bones to chew on. She has tons of toys. She just doesn't like any of them unless they Unless they're like food, I guess. I need to get her more. She likes these like not cartilage. What are they? Gelatin? No, not gelatin. I don't know. She likes these like bone things to chew on. I ran out last week and I haven't been anywhere this week. So I should get her more of those. She actually doesn't like pig's ears as much as these like these bones I have for her. Is Stimpup able to get through zippers? My dog growing up could work zippers. I don't know. Yeah, she hasn't tried yet. She has gotten into my backpack though, but I couldn't remember if I left it open or if she opened it somehow.
Fluffy Bastard cheered X100. Ha, dogs are so silly trying to eat things that are poisonous to them. It's so funny. Now excuse me, it's time for my evening routine of wine, cigars and spicy food.
Alright, you got me. That's crazy. It's like almost like people love to eat things that are bad for them, including dogs. Alright, you got me. Thank you, Spats, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. You want to come sit with me, Simba? You want to come sit with me? Oh, you're so cute. Thank you so much, Spats, for the 5 gifted. Your share of my overtime. You've been working like crazy. Okay, you can sit with me for a bit. You're gonna grunt into the camera? She's very funny. Did you know that wiener dogs like grunt a lot? They make like little pig noises. It's very funny. I never knew that till I got her. I never knew that, but they make a lot of little noises. He once opened my backpack when I was a kid, ate a big box of Crayola crayons, like the 128 crayon box, wax shavings everywhere, and art class sucked the next day. Oh my god, that's savage. Your dog was a crayon eater. Oh, you're so cute. I just love you. Oh, puppy kisses. Thank you. My dog snores a lot and walks in her sleep. Walks in her sleep? Or like puts the paws in the air? My dog makes little rough woof, 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 woof noises in her sleep. Very cute. Archie also like twitches in his sleep. I think he's chasing animals. And I think in his dreams he has teeth again. He's chasing Stimpup. Our old family dog ate half a pound of brownies once, a bowl of chocolate truffles, and half a bag of chocolate eggs on different occasions. Holy shit. Dogs just love chocolate. I was gonna say he was dreaming of having teeth too. Figure I'll say hi before I officially go back to work. Hi, Mac. Hope you have a good day. Poor old Archie. He's much happier without his teeth now, though. I think his teeth were hurting him. He's much happier. It is very sad, though, because anytime I try and play with Archie, I have to separate Stimpup. Otherwise, she will, like, literally take the toy out of his mouth because he can't hold on to it without teeth. It's so mean. She will literally wait for him to pick up a toy and then just walk over and take it away from him because he can't hold on to it. She doesn't want to play with it on her own, but she just doesn't want him to have it. It's so mean. Isn't there dog safe chocolate treats out there? I don't know. Typical sibling energy. Simbob is literally snatching an old man's purse, damn. Hi, Justin, I'm good. How are you? She learned bullying from the best. I'm not a bully. What do you mean? Also, Codian, thank you. I saw you resub earlier. Thank you. I think it was 15 months. It's crazy. I think Stimpup is just like me. She's kind of a brat. She's kind of a brat. Yeah, she is. Yes, she is. She's also pouty if you don't give her attention. She'll give you the side eye, and she will literally sit on the other side of the couch from me if I said no to her. Like, she holds a grudge. It's crazy. I've never had a dog be like this before. I've always had like very like happy-go-lucky, like, you know, golden retriever type dogs. I've never had a dog hold a grudge against me before. Just a girl energy. That's a sausage dog thing for real. It's so funny. Like, if you say no to her or you get her in trouble, she will make sure you know she's upset with you. She'll just like sit on the other side of the couch and side eye you like, yeah, you did this. You did this. No, I won't sit with you. Did she react already? I haven't reacted yet. I just started. Wow. She's a miniature long version
Fluffy
of a husky.
Bastard
Are huskies like that?
X100. I'm currently eating an extremely spicy Thai green curry and Hugo is staring at me with his best begging face, and I have no way to communicate with him that the food he's asking for would be extremely painful for him. He's as stubborn as ever.
That's very true. Very relatable, Hugo. The day Stim starts to react within 20 minutes of stream, I'll cry. Can you imagine? I start streaming, I'm like, hi, happy Monday. Anyways, let's get into the react. Something's severely wrong with me if that ever happens, chat. I've been replaced. I'm AI. If that happens, I've been replaced. Or I'm kidnapped or something crazy. I would assume you're possessed. Sim, I can't save. I wanted to say you're amazing. Chat should give you more love. Thanks, creative. Oh, I forgot to put mix it up on. Oopsies. Oopsies. I'm just a girl. Let me turn mix it up on. Hehe. Again. That happens, it's a sign of the apocalypse. Big spats 222 energy. Let me turn mix it up on. No problem. There we go. It should be. We're almost at our sub goal for April 2. Let's go! Thank you guys. We're gonna do a Warhammer meme review if we hit the sub goal. If we don't hit the sub goal, then too bad. No memes for you. It makes sense. People have to notice stream. Yeah, I like yapping. People can come in as they are ready. That sounds really weird, but I mean, you know, it's nice that people catch the yap before. We just chatting. Do you want down? Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Why? Okay, fine. Be that way. Be that way. I was happy to watch stream until I remembered I work in 30 minutes. No, Sam! You are a busy guy. You are a busy guy, Sam. Brat on brat violence. Brat on brat violence. She doesn't love me. She doesn't love me, chat. She only loves me when I have food or chocolate. Holy cow! Fluffy! Thank you so much for the 10 gifted, Fluffy. What the heck? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that, Fluffy. If you got a gifted sub from Fluffy, please say thank you in the chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. For the sub goal, thank you, Fluffy. A dachshund entirely motivated by food? Color me shocked. She is such a girl. She only loves you when you have food. She loves me too when she wants scratches. When she wants scritches and scratches. Dog is gearing up to be a VTuber. Whoa, Sam! Holy cow! Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Sam. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Sam. I really appreciate that. If you got a gifted sub from Sam, please say thank you in the chat. Oh my god, and Casson too? What the? Holy cow! Thank you so much, Caston. What the? That's crazy. Thank you, Caston, so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Is there a way for you to know how close you are to the Gamer Subs Cup? I've been waiting to buy one and want one with a THCC tailet.
With a THCC tail on it? I can check, but I don't
Major some
know.
789 cheered X100 by the new Outbreak teacups.
Holy
We have
crap!
2 weeks to make sure Logs doesn't has the pleasure of saying I told you it wouldn't sell.
Ah! Stuff is happening! All this stuff is happening! Oh my god! I'm overstimulated! What's happening? All the things! Thank you, Dumb Raccoon, for the 3 months. Or no, the 10 months. My bad. Thank you, Dumb Raccoon, for the 10 months. Thank you, Crack, for the gift of sub to Sausage Dough. Fuck Pedro! God damn it! Why didn't you work? You little bitch, Pedro. Why didn't you work, Pedro? Come on. Pedro! Oh my god! Yeah. Whoa! Awooga! Awooga, wooga, wooga. Okay, let me catch up. Thank you, Crack, for Sausage Dog gift. Oh my god, you guys, stop! We met the sub goal. We met the sub goal. Thank you so much. Holy. It keeps going. That's crazy. Thank you so much. We reached the sub goal. We reached it. We're past the sub goal now. Thank you. I guess we're doing Warhammer meme review soon then. Holy. Thank you, Monster of Mangoes, for the 5 gifted. Thank you!
Justin Thief cheered X100.
Toot
I want the
toot.
cup to have the dragon form now. Thick tail can be for the flavor.
I don't know why I went toot toot, but toot toot! Yay! Thank you, Monster of Mangoes. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. And Caston, thank you for the extra 2 gifted subs to make sure we got the sub goal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Invincible, thank you for the 5 gifted. Oh my gosh, y'all. Holy cow. Thank you, Invincible, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. And then Dumb Raccoon gave out 6 gifted subs. Holy crap. What the? What the? I was trying to fill out the goal, but the others got there first. I saw that. I saw that. Thank you. Dumb Raccoon, thank you for the 6 gifted. Thank you. And Mac, thank you for the 10 the 10! Holy cow, that's a lot of subs. Oh, I wish you could have heard that. She made her little pig noises. Thank you guys so much for all the subs. Wow. Huh, that's a lot. That's a lot. That was crazy. Wow, thank you guys so much. We definitely
The
passed the
Invincible
sub goal
316
for April.
cheered X100. You're worth it, Stim. Thanks for making our days better just by being yourself.
Oh, I'm glad I can make your day a bit better. If you got a gifted stuff from any of our generous Stim Peasants, please say thank you in the chat to them. Thank you, Stim Peasants, for the support for my stream. 10 for missing out on parts of the stream all the time. That's okay, Mac. It's okay if you ever miss out on the stream. Don't worry about it.
Fluffy bastard cheered X100. Get loved on, dork.
Get loved on, dork. Thank you. Okay, I'll get loved on today. I'm feeling a little sad today, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm just anxious, that's all. Sometimes my anxiety shows up as sadness, if that makes sense. I don't know why. It just does that. It just manifests this way.
Monster of Mangoes cheered X100. More people to the oubliette. Now we can add that hot tub.
Now we can add the hot tub. Holy cow, the oubliette's nicer than my house. What the? Taxes does that to a person. Hope it goes well for you. Thank you, Invincible. Yeah, taxes are kind of stressful. Okay, Stim Peasant literally hates me and just wanted... Stim Peasant? Stim Pup literally hates me and wanted to leave, so... She's gone. She's like, I took your treat and I'm out. So she's gone. Bye, Sim Pappy. She will be back for more treats, I'm sure. Let me see if I can check where we're at for the Shaker Cup. I don't think we're gonna get it anytime soon. I'm gonna lie. It's like a lot. You need a lot. You need a lot of sales. Where is my thing? Gamersubs has been lovely to work with, though. Treats like computer cables. She's chewed 2 of my computer cables, yeah. Hold on, let me do a calculation of where we're at. It'll probably shock you. I can share what percentage we're at. Oh, I don't know how to do percentages. 1 second. Wait. Like this? I haven't done this in so long. How do you calculate a percentage? Let me Google how find the percentage. Divide the smaller value by the whole total value and multiply by 100. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. The smaller value. Wait. Wait, where did it go? Okay. I can tell you we're less than 50% of the way there. I can tell you that for sure. All right, chat. Do you really want to know? We're a long way away from the goal. We're a long way away from the goal. You guys have to order 500 gamer subs today. Stim, you're a STEM major. You can't be doing this. We are 16% of the way to our goal. 16%. So it's gonna be a while. It might be a while. Is it like a monthly goal? No, it's a yearly goal, I think. Since I think it's a whole I believe the terms are in a whole year. You have to get reach a minimum order of sales, and then it's like we can talk about it kind of thing. Yeah. The order has to be over $40. No, the how is it? You have to spend at least $40 before tax, I think, and shipping for it to count or something. It resets after a year. I don't really know. I can't say. I'm still new to it. I don't. I think it has to be over. Hey, stop it. No. You literally just come in here to start trouble. Yes, you. Yeah. Yes, you. She came back into my room and started trying to open my backpack. Like, why? She tried to be so sneaky about it. I caught her and she laid down and looked at me like, what? Huh? Me? Huh? Was it me? It's very funny when she's in trouble, she'll lay down like submissive. Like she knows. She knows. She just lays down and looks at you like with the side eye. I love how dogs just stare at you when they're caught. Yeah, they just stare at you. It's like I know now. You know too. Lies in Papa's frame. Oh my god, that's so funny. Dogs are such silly creatures. They're very funny. That's so funny. Oh, Stim Puppy, you make me laugh. Your shenanigans. Evening, Stim and chat. How are we today? We're doing good today. We're doing good today. Doing well. I hope everyone's having a good Monday, a good 420. Did you guys see the evil Stim art that Ref Boy made? I used it for my going live tweet today. I should show you. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I got my new puppy 4 weeks ago and I have lost 6 pairs of socks already. Dogs love socks, especially puppies. Stimpup loves my socks. Let me show y'all. I know a lot of you don't have Twitter, which is like surprising to me. I mean, I agree with it. It's just surprising. It's evil Stim Cess. Evil Stim Cess. I think it's great. I think it's great. If evil, why hot? Evil automatically makes it hotter. Jesus! I love it! 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 It's very evil queen vibe. Evil monster queen vibe. Armpit for free? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Well, I guess the hair's kind of covering. But she thinks she looks like in her head? This is what I imagine this is what I imagine I look like in my head when I'm being evil, yes. I want to crowdfund this as an alt outfit so badly. It would make a great outfit. I really like the tummy with the teeth. She's also pretty stacked. Did you get buffed again in art? I always get buffed in art. I always get buffed. Artists just love titties because every time I get art, they just make my chest bigger. Unprompted. Look at those lats, Jesus. What are lats? I don't even know what the lats are. Telling an artist to not make boobs bigger is like impossible. It is. The muscles beside the ribs and under the pit. Muscles beside the ribs under the pit. Oh. Muscles on your side. Oh, I love lats! I love lats! Yeah, like the side muscles. I love lats. I pop back in and see Stim going to kill me again. Wait, what? Oh, my evil princess look. You got muscles buffed too? Well, aren't all evil queens buffed? Hey, I love a flat chest, but drawing the massive honkers is fun. That is hilarious. I just love drawing massive honkers. It makes me happy. Most relatable comment ever. Beast mode and nurtures his soul. Anyways, this is the evil Stim outfit that I think Rough Boy just made this up. There was no reference or anything. I didn't give them a reference. I think they just made it up. Just for that, you get a sub. Oh, thank you for gifting a sub to Aegis Lily Mangoes. Thank you. Wow! The reference was in his head all along. Yes.
Kiado's cheered X100. Hello, Mr. Artist. I would like to draw my commission with modest chest. Modest? I got you, fam. K-cups it is.
K-cups it is. Alternative form fan art is okay too, right? Yeah, you can do fan art of me however you want, as long as it's not NSFW. That's all. Like, I'm comfortable with fan art that's not like fully nude. I don't like that. I don't want to be like, I don't want anything like that. But you can do fan art of me in any way you want. Wow! In any kind of outfit is totally fine.
Major some 789 cheered X100. That pic is giving me Marathi vibes.
Oh my god, you're right! It is giving Marathi vibes. Yeah, I just don't want to be fully... I don't like the fully NSFW. But like a bikini's fine. Even like I'm fine with like sleep clothes and underwear. Kaukinis, all that stuff is fine. But not like fully, you know, where you'd be like, whoa, that's a lot. Nothing like that. This is more Slanesh. I will say I'm working on my new model right now, and it's with a new artist. So I hope you like it because my vibe will change a little bit with the new artist. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I want to prepare you. I want to prepare you. This outfit was inspired by human form Tiamat. Oh! Oh yeah, still thick tail, still thick tail. I will look like the same. It's just a bit of a different art style. A bit of a different art style with the new artist. It's not as cutesy, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not as cute style. It's more like I don't know how to explain it. Sim will always be cute. I think I'm naturally have more of a cute personality, but I won't be as like cute style. Angel Stim, not Angel. I may be buffed in the new model a little bit. That's all. I saw updates today and I was like, holy guacamole, what the? Anyways, that will be for a while.
Oh
still.
my god! Whew!
But I'm a little buffed.
Yeah. Whoa! Awooga! Awooga, wooga, wooga.
Gains? Some kind of gain. She could literally be devouring me like a real dragon. I'd be like, look how cute she is, grilling my spleen. Bigger tail? Same meaty tail. The day a VTuber's new model receives a reduction is the day hell freezes over. Poor muscle to survive Torox's hug. No one ever buffs the tail. I don't think the tail can be much more buffed. It's already pretty big. It's already so big it you know? I don't know if it can be buffed more than it is. It's so big most artists don't even draw it. It's true. The tail, I will say, does have something special on it. Next outfit. The tail is dressing up a bit. It
Oh
do
my
be wiggling.
God.
It do be
Whew.
wiggling.
Yeah. Whoa! Awooga! Awooga, wooga, wooga.
Ah, you painted those stem pads in. Look at those stem pads. New model's just a tail. That would be so funny. Just a tail. Look at the little guy. Oh, look at that happy little guy. So cute. Look at him. Wow. Hey, look at it jiggle. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Little pudding peasant.
Bits Z cheered X100. I accidentally buffed your tail in my fan art for the Plus Program Level 2 eligibility day by way of chibification stim performance Lulu.
I loved a buff tail. Stim, get off the screen, put my Oshi back. I'll eat you.
K4ST3 and sheared X100. Stim, please, you can't just jiggle in our face like that.
I can do what I want. I'm a princess. Can't tell me what to do. Anyways. I have to make sure that my rigor makes me just as pouty as I am now.
Major some 789 sheared X100. I know this company that is working on 3D digital movement using old Xbox Connect tech. It was more for a virtual store experience. I was curious and asked them if it can be used for 3D tuber models. They said they are not sure but are now going to be actively looking into it.
Whoa, that's really cool! Keep me updated, Sam. Keep me updated. I could be their prototype. If they want to do that. We need a stem pout emote. I need new emotes. It's been a while since I got emotes. I've been spending all my monies on new models though. I have been working on 2 new models right now. So I'm tapped. Bye, Sam. Have a good day. Have a good day at work. What is this song? I think it's Honey, I'm Home. Honey, I'm Home by Shania Twain. Mix me up, my favorite treat. Honey, my back is killing me. I watch TV. A lot of the emotes are still pink stim. Yeah, I haven't got new emotes in quite a long time. Hence, well, I guess the last time was February for my debut anniversary. Should we watch some Reggie now? I've watched most of his, not most of, I've watched like a lot of his Total War reacts already, or his Total War videos already. Oh my god, my brain is cooked today. Good old Reginald. Maybe next month you can do a monthly sub goal for emotes. I could do that if people want more emotes, but emotes are kind of expensive. Like my animated emotes are like $60 to $80 for one. They're a bit expensive, more expensive than you would expect because you have to pay commercial fee on it. It would have to be a big goal, yeah. Let me make myself. Hello? I'm hiding. I'm shy. Ooh woo. Under an hour of Yav is Tim, is everything okay? I'm feeling a bit tired today. That's your Reggie reacts are some of my favorite. I love Reggie. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Let me get. Okay, it is Reggie time. We're watching the feudals of Japan, zombie apocalypse, and Total War 3 today. Stimpack stream bingo. What is that? I'm filled with both dread and excitement. I've seen a few people react to this video. It must be a good one. I think his Total War videos are my favorite videos. I'm quite a big fan. I reacted in a while. Am I the side? Can feudal Japan survive the zombie apocalypse? Oh my god. Did you eat before stream? I had an Oreo. She had 2 Oreos and 3 coffee. So technically I did eat. There's nothing healthy. I don't like having breakfast. I just don't like it. I haven't seen this one yet. Sounds like an interesting mod. Well, let's watch it together. Chat. Today.
Fellas.
Hey, fellas. Today we are watching Reggie's Can Feudal Japan Survive the Zombie Apocalypse in Total Warhammer 3 video. Please subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of React content, mostly history and Warhammer. We'd love to have you as part of the StimDum. Okay, ready, chat? Say hi to YouTube. Hi, YouTube! Let's watch the Reggie video. Movie time!
When you think of feudal Japan, you're probably imagining its strict warrior culture and military dictatorship.
That's what I'm imagining now.
But what you really need to consider is, could it survive the zombie apocalypse? Well, that's what we're going to figure out in today's video, because we'll be playing Warhammer Total War 3 Post-Zombie Outbreak. In this world, 90% of the map is controlled by the undead, and each vampire lord starts the game with dozens of armies full.
Wow, that is a lot of chaff zombies.
Of zombies. By this point, most factions have become extinct, and there's only a handful of resistance groups fighting to survive. We will be playing as the noble Japanese, isolated in the Far East.
Wait, who is he playing as? Is that the noble Japanese? Is that a mod or is that like an actual faction? It's a modded faction, okay. I'm not familiar with this.
Our goal is
also a modded map. This is something that intrigues me. It would be fun now that I've been playing Total War for what, almost a year now. It intrigues me of all the mods and like the special games you can create. And special challenges you can do.
to unify Japan, create a formidable army, and destroy the 4 main undead factions responsible for the apocalypse. Can we utilize the might of the samurai to restore order to this world, or will we become just another body in the army of the dead? There's only one way to find out, but before we go any further, I have to tell you something. 7 months ago, I began a revolutionary initiative to save the homeless population by
Is Reggie now Batman? Is he the Canadian Batman?
getting them horny. It's a long story.
Oh, I see. This is a gamer subs ad. It got me.
And you'll be surprised to hear it didn't work. I failed my fellow man because I left them in the unsavory hands of anime women.
Plop, 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 plop. Get pregnant, get pregnant!
Mari! Oh my god! It's a Mari reference! Get pregnant, get pregnant, get pregnant!
I mean, who's really behind that camera, Alana? For all we know, it's 3 Discord mods in a trench coat. Point is, if you want to do something right, do it yourself. Which is why I partnered with Gamer Subs to take matters into my own hands. Ladies and gentlemen, they made me hot. You may look upon my
Holy
supple
shit! We were just talking about this! It's very funny how my head is censoring the chest by accident. But we were just talking about this. We were just talking about how artists love to draw big old titties. They made Reggie a hot slime girl with big titties.
Body and think, dear God, science has gone too far. But that's just how committed I am to the cause. And my only other option was to pay an animator to turn me into a gay rat. So count yourself lucky. Long story short, for a limited time, we're selling a Reggie shaker cup for all of your drinking needs.
I
love mine so much, I physically consumed it. Now it'll be with me forever in the form of...
Is it gone forever? I actually want that. I would love that cup. I want it.
Millions of microplastics coursing through my veins. But if that's not your style, we also have a branded hat. This thing is saving me a ton of money on psychiatrists, because instead of spending thousands of dollars to receive a diagnosis, I just wear this hat in public, and everyone implicitly understands that I am mentally ill. I don't
I need that.
want to brag, but this is an excellent value proposition. So I recommend pre-ordering your merch today, or else I might just get desperate. Alright, now back to the video.
Why did I
Here
feel
we are
called
in the
out?
beautiful
Okay.
fantasy world of pre-anime Japan. My name is Shingen Takeda of the Takeda clan, and I'm a provincial daimyo, which means I spend most of my time exploiting local farmers and beating the ever-living shit out of my neighbors. Some might say
That's
it's the
awful.
perfect life, but there's one problem. We've got way too many Chinese guys. In fact, there's also some Egyptian
It's Cathay. That's not Cathay. That was bad timing. But it was.
and even a few
Trust me.
furries. Point is, if we want to survive the zombie apocalypse, we're going to need to unify Japan under a singular identity. There are a few options for achieving this, but above all else, I believe in historical accuracy, which is why I'm going to kill everyone, starting with this guy. I'm not necessarily doing this because he's Chinese, though that would be historically accurate. I'm doing it
Oh
because his
my
goddamn
God!
name is 30 pages long, and whenever I select him in the diplomacy screen, it stretches out somewhere into the Atlantic Ocean. You see, when you have a name this long, it dehumanizes you, because people don't even try to remember it. Instead, they just give you terrible nicknames like Dick Stroker and Ass Master.
It's true.
Every Thanksgiving, your grandmother says to you, "Hey, come goblin, pass the gravy," and then she spits in your eye because she doesn't respect you. Gradually, your sense of identity is eroded and you sink into a deep depression before lying down on the highway. I think in light of that nightmarish reality, killing this guy is honestly the nicest thing we could do for him. So we start by taking 2 of his settlements and then setting up an ambush outside his capital. Luckily, he's too busy
He's doing the one thing I've never successfully done. Ambushed. I need to learn the ways of ambush tactics. I've never successfully done this ever.
alphabetizing his names to notice, so he walks right into it. At face value, our army is composed primarily of impoverished rice farmers. However, the enemy army is mostly crows, so I think we've got a chance. Setting up the ambush, I attack the left side with a few units of samurai, and turn the right side into a peasant gangbang. After a few
Oh.
minutes, thousands are dead, and
Oh, is that just like a reskinned ogre? That's kind of cool looking. It looks like an Oni.
Japan is victorious. I can already feel my ultra-nationalism rising.
Or
After that, I
giant.
spent a few turns
Yeah.
culturally assimilating the Tomb Kings by stabbing them repeatedly with a wakizashi. Meanwhile, in Southeast Asia, the first undead overlord Helman Gorst is quickly expanding his empire through the destruction of resistance factions. Once he gets past these French armies, he'll share a maritime border with us, which is really bad. But we don't have time to worry about that, because I just declared war on Sinch, and I'm taking all of his territory. Also, I've unlocked a new mount, which I definitely know how to ride.
I see the mod is working correctly.
The Sinchian conflict
He's riding it like a surfboard. That's
culminated
funny.
in one final battle at his northernmost province. Siege armies are usually threatening because of how many ranged units they can field. So to counter this, I've researched and developed matchlock rifles.
Hell
You might
yeah.
not think this is a big deal, but let me give you a choice. You can either get attacked with funny bisexual magic, or if you prefer, I can blow your face off with a black powder musket. I know which one I'd pick. Anyway, the battle got underway, with trebuchets bombarding the enemies and our muskets controlling the sky.
To be honest, if I saw someone crow surfing, I would surrender. At that point, they're mocking you.
Following this up with a full charge, things quickly devolved into a large-scale woodland melee, where I attempt to utilize my complete disregard for casualties to slowly beat our enemies into submission. And just as things were getting interesting, the game crashed. Which
Oh.
leads us to
That's never happened before, ever. In Total War, ever.
my next point. If you're watching this video and thinking, wow, Japan is very
What
cool,
the-
I want to be Japanese. No, you don't. This mod is a direct pipeline to Neo-Luddite terrorism because it has the approximate stability of a landmine in a blender. It's not a matter of if it'll blow up, it's a matter of how many innocent lives will be caught in the blast. Every time my game crashes, I add 500 words to my manifesto, and whenever it is...
It is very common with mods. I've heard that, yeah. This video's pretty old, it should be more stable now. I actually haven't had Total War crash on me for quite a long time. I think it's only ever crashed 2 times, so it is pretty stable now. But I think mods are a whole different ball field.
Isn't crashing, it's T-posing my commanders, changing the aspect ratio on their portraits, and making them ride their mounts underground. In fact, I couldn't use my general for that entire last battle, because he spawned in on a horse 70 feet in the sky, couldn't move at all. Point is, I'm willing to be radicalized into bombing a data center just so I can roleplay as the Shogun of Japan. But I don't recommend it. Anyway, after reloading the save, I did the honorable thing and auto-resolved Siege into oblivion. The only people left to resist us now are the Skaven. And now that my commander isn't doing the Skyblock challenge, I'm headed straight for
the Minecraft Skyblock challenge.
I was lucky enough to attack their capital while most of their armies rode at sea, so I only had to kill millions of rats instead of billions. But any battle against the Skaven is and always will be a monumental pain in the ass. Also, we crashed. After exterminating the rats, we controlled most of the country, and I established a defensive alliance with the only other Japanese faction. Now, after hundreds of years of bloodshed, Japan is finally unified under a singular vision, which means we can devote all of our resources to creating the most vile pornography imaginable.
Wait, what? Oh my god. It's, in the clouds. It's,
is the samurai way. Also, I guess we should do something about the millions of zombies. In fact, by this point, the undead hordes have completely obliterated French Vietnam, and Hellman is now actively extorting us for money. Money which I gladly pay him, because he's the strongest faction in the game, and the endgame crisis hasn't even triggered yet. Up to this point, we've been practicing the isolationist policy.
He plays all of these games up until endgame crisis? Like, that is dedication.
Of Sakoku. In case you're not familiar with this principle, allow me to put it into a hypothetical situation. Your name is John Fortnite. You live in Section 8 housing with your father, who forces you to refer to him as
typical girl failure VTuber room right there. Can confirm.
The Shogun, your mother, the Emperor, and approximately 12 to 18 million siblings. One day, an African dandy knocks on your door and asks you for directions to the gas station. You slice him in half with a katana for violating your national sovereignty, and then your father exiles you to live the rest of your life in the backyard for the crime of interacting with a foreigner. This is Sakoku, and it has kept us safe up to this point. But once the endgame crisis hits, we won't be able to hide any longer, because all zombie factions will declare war on us and we'll probably die. So to improve our odds of survival, we need to continue expanding and developing our empire. Which leads me to my next point. Taiwan.
I like you, and I want you.
Right now, it's under the control of the Taiwanese Dark Elves, but I'd like to turn it into a military base to train samurai. So let's get to work. I send my navy to Taiwan on a diplomatic mission. I kill the Taiwanese and rename
diplomatic mission.
all of their settlements. This is the equivalent of stealing someone's barbecue before scratching off the serial number and repainting it. Basically, foolproof. I also forged alliances with the Filipino High Elves, because with 90% of the world taken over by zombies, it's probably bad policy to keep killing the only survivors. Now that we've got land, military infrastructure, and unmitigated ultra-nationalism, we are easily one of the strongest remaining human factions. So what's our next move? I ask myself this question.
It's the enemy! It's the enemy, girls! Every time they get me.
And my inner Japanese daimyo screams the answer. Right now, it's controlled by the undead, with a small South Korean resistance led by Lokir Felhard. I sail my navy in that direction to help out. However, before I can get there, I receive terrible news. The endgame crisis just popped, and Helman Gorst is looking at me the same way Jeffrey Dahmer looks at gay black men in the suburbs. So that changed my priorities just a bit. Good luck, South Korea. I'm sure you'll be fine. Our win conditions for this campaign are simple. Destroy the 4 dominant undead factions, and since Hellman is right next to us, we may as well start there. At the moment, our main army, led by Shingen, is composed of highly trained samurai and a few riflemen, while our other 2 armies are primarily peasants and a couple of long-range cannons. It's not much, but hopefully it's enough. Landing at Saigon, we quickly capture the settlement, but it turns out we are the wrong type of Asian, because the magical forests of Vietnam are completely uninhabitable to us. So I decide to donate the land to the French resistance in exchange for them joining the war. Our blitzkrieg against the undead was going—
Wait, you can do that? You can give land? You can trade? Is that a mod or can you do that? I didn't know you could do that. You can trade land for diplomacy? Do you have to be allies already? Ah, that explains it. Oh no, you don't. Just adjacent. Mods expand on those options more. I don't think I've ever done that. But you know what? I also like don't ever have allies or people I want to ally with. I always just go full murder hobo. So the settlement needs to be adjacent to their land. Ah, okay.
Quite well. We managed to liberate 3 more settlements and sell them—
I would never give land to anyone. It's true. I've never had the desire to give someone land or be allies. So this doesn't really apply to me.
Back to the French, but our success was short-lived, because after 5 turns of casualties, vampiric attrition, and a low replenishment rate, my army of hardened samurai warriors may as well be an army of femboy twinks, because with a combined 50 health, we're looking awfully submissive and breedable. My conclusion from losing 5,000 men in just a couple turns: our artillery is trash, and we need anti-cavalry, because our rifles can't do shit when an 1,100-pound horse is tap dancing on their balls. So for attempt 2, I brought in some Naginata samurai and started upgrading our units with Sakura blessings. However, our downfall, as always, was—
Sakura blessings, that's so cute. Imagine they're like fighting and little cherry blossoms are raining down on them as they're you know, murdering innocent peasants.
Trusting the French, because I accepted a battle to defend their settlement against the undead. But these chalk-eating, window-licking French bastards deployed facing the wrong direction and got slaughtered before I could even show up. Maybe, just maybe, we're on the wrong side of history. Anyway, everyone died, and I was back to twiddling my thumbs in the Pacific Ocean. As if that wasn't bad enough, the undead launched a surprise invasion of Taiwan, taking half of the island before I could even react. If Taiwan falls, we lose access to all samurai units, so this is kind of a big deal. I managed to cobble together an army of swordsmen and reinforce it with Ronin from the mainland. This culminates in one final battle for control of the island. We establish a defensive formation, and the undead armies wash upon us. For every zombie we kill, 2 seem to take its place. It wasn't until our archers started focus firing the enemy leadership that things started going in our favor. Before long, the battle was over, resulting in a massive victory for mankind, with 6,500 undead casualties. With that taken care of, there's only one thing left to do. Fellas, grab your M16s and jungle heroin, because we're going back to Vietnam. For this second invasion, I adopted the approach of fanning out my armies and attacking Hellman on multiple fronts. Then I realized that's stupid as hell. Hellman's weakness is that he has to defend all of his fronts, which allows us to instead group up 3 or 4 stacks and overpower him at a singular point. By this point, I've successfully vassalized the French, High Elves, and the Japanese, so I coordinated their armies to distract the undead in the north while I took our navy to the deep south and established a beachhead. It doesn't take long for the locals to come greet us, and I'm sure they're expecting us to instantly capitulate and suck them from behind. But we've got a secret weapon, the Shogun's first samurai. Usually, a singular unit cannot sway the tide of a 10,000-man battle, but this regiment of renown cost 4,000 gold just to recruit, and that's because they're absolutely and completely busted. They have triple the attack of our usual samurai, they're unbreakable, armored, armor-piercing, and they can even deflect projectiles with their swords. Truly, this.
When you were partying, I was studying the blade. When you were having premarital, I mastered deflect shots. While you wasted your days at the gym in pursuit of vanity, I cultivated armor piercing. Oh
is
my
Japanese
God.
apotheosis. So when I tell you that we attacked 3 undead armies and absolutely crucified them in open combat, you shouldn't be surprised. You also shouldn't be surprised
I was mastering the blade, chat. That's why I'm forever alone. Because it's more important to my destiny that I master the blade. That's the only reason.
when I explained that it took me 9 hours to do this, because every time I loaded the fight, my game would crash. One of our units in the army is causing the crash, and I spent several hours finding who was responsible. Turns out it was my Wish.com Naruto, not his existence in a general sense. In fact, I have a lot of retarded people in my army. They fight very well. The issue was that Mr. Uzumaki was trying to ride a horse, and the game didn't like that shit one bit, so it crashed 20 times in a row. Yet again, our greatest struggle in the zombie apocalypse is against our own mod pack. Anyway, upon politely revoking Naruto's license, we're back on track.
20 times just to ride a horse? Oh lord.
After breaking through Hellman's first response force, there was nothing to stop us from carving up his southern provinces and selling them to the French. We also deployed half a dozen ninjas throughout his territory to monitor his troop movements. But eventually the fun had to end after I came across what I describe as the indigestible wad, a collection of 8 or 9 undead armies traveling in one giant doom stack. This is a problem, and I have the solution. Earlier in the campaign, a sex criminal was covering us in his bodily fluids, and our solution was gun. God bless America. And now, when a giant horde of undead creatures are barreling down on us, our solution will be bigger gun. The Big Cannon Samurai are tier 3 ranged units with an absurd stat line. You may be wondering what's so big about these cannons, and I'll tell you, it's the projectiles. We're not shooting our enemies with bullets anymore. We're smoking them in the face with flaming dicks, because each projectile is 12 inches long and hurts like hell. Bad Dragon would be proud. I tested these out in some battles against the undead, and it quickly became clear to me this shit is absolutely busted. Because not only does it do massive and accurate damage, but it doesn't even need a line of sight. So as long as you're within 200 range, you're dying. Random skeletons charging across a field? Try again. Senile dickhead flying through the sky? Back
Stim, no, cover your pure eyes. I was not prepared for this video. I've watched Reggie videos before. I feel like this one has got to be up there in edginess. It has to be one of the most edgy ones. It has to be. Because even I'm like, what?
to the retirement home, Grandpa. And most importantly, cavalry charges now turn into cavalry stains on the ground. August 6, 1945, the United States of America did the Oppenheimer Shuffle on Hiroshima, and at that point, the war was over. But it took another 8 days for the Emperor to admit his defeat. With the invention of these big cannon samurai, that's exactly where we're at now. Emperor Helmo Hito has virtually no counterplay, apart from praying that we run out of ammo. So we spent the next 15 turns obliterating all of his armies and strengthening our allies. By the time his faction went extinct, we controlled all of Southeast Asia through a series of French, Japanese, and Filipino puppet states. That's 1 zombie faction down, 3 to go. So let's check on the others and see how they're doing.
3 to go? That was all that just to get rid of 1 faction? Wow. I mean, that's a big map. That's a big map to cover.
Manfred von Karstein once controlled the entirety of the Neo-Assyrian undead empire. But
I have not seen Reggie's Satisfactory videos. I've only seen his Total War and some of his Fallout videos. I haven't seen the Satisfactory one. I've never played Satisfactory though, so I feel like I wouldn't understand it. Unless it's the same as like Factorio, then maybe I could get it. Maybe I could follow.
But in what can only be described as a generational fumble, he somehow created 20 resistance factions, which are now taking turns beating the fuck out of him. So we should probably go put him out of his suffering. On the other hand, Heinrich Kemmler has control over all of Ulthuan and most of Bretonnia, while Vlad von Karstein has a good chunk of the empire, placing them at strength rank 1 and 2.
Oh, Satisfactory is like first person Factorio. You should watch his Conquest of Elysium 5 videos. They're awesome. Oh my god, I was maybe gonna watch his CK3 video today. I didn't know he played CK3. I want to watch that. I do want to watch that one later. Maybe not today, but I love CK3.
2. So what's the plan? Well, a reasonable man might just decide to make 10 full armies of big cannon samurai, but that's exorbitantly expensive, and our country hasn't yet figured out how to monetize gooning to anime women. So instead, we'll have to settle for some more affordable options.
I like how every time he talks about gooning to anime women, it's always just Shy Lily. Is Shy Lily his favorite, or is that just a coincidence? Because it's always Shy Lily when he talks about gooning.
Army 1, 5,000 peasants. Army 2, 5,000 peasants. Army 3, people I actually care about. Army 4, 5,000 peasants with guns. Army 5, a collection of dangerous mythological creatures such as a woman. And finally, Army 6, the only cavalry I could recruit without crashing my game. This is our dream team. Now, let's go save the world. But how are we going to get all the way over here? Well, Warhammer is an excellent game, not just because it actively denies the existence of Australia, but because it believes in a hybridized flat Earth theory, where the world is flat, but you can circumnavigate it only if you're in a boat and you're teleporting. The mechanics of it aren't clear to me either, but the point is, we're using this sea lane to teleport from here all the way to South America.
Yay!
When we started this scenario, this continent was almost entirely—
Did you know the world is actually just a flat map? Did you know that, chat? I hate to be the one to tell you, but according to Reggie.
controlled by a lesser zombie faction. But after 100 turns of resistance fighting, the people of South America have eliminated their undead overlords and replaced them with literal demons. Very cool, South America. Goodbye. Quickly ignoring that entire continent, we sail across the Atlantic to arrive on the shores of Manfred's territory. Just when you thought the Middle East couldn't get any more complicated, 30,000 Japanese men stage an amphibious landing in Saudi Arabia. Our first order of business is to gain control of Sudenburg. The garrison of 3,000 men pissing their pants was no match, and with that we have a base of operations. Meanwhile, somewhere in the desert, Sheikh Manfred von Karstein is punching the air at the thought of losing his capital to a bunch of impoverished rice farmers. So he issues a fatwa against our lives, and 6,000 of his most violent extremists show up to kill us. That was his biggest mistake, because prior to this moment he had plausible deniability about having a humiliation fetish. But after this fight,
oh no, not the humiliation ritual, no.
He's obviously getting off on it. Here's how it went. Our 4 armies against his 4. We can only use 2 at a time, so I choose my main samurai stack and the meme stack of big cannons. After some maneuvering, we establish a defensive shell, and anything that came near the shell got absolutely—
Is that what ASMR? Is that? No. No, we're not, no.
Annihilated. Entire platoons of thousands of enemies gone in an instant. Food nourishes my body, books nourish my mind, and 19 big cannon gunners nourish my soul. Occasionally, Manfred's cavalry might barely survive the gunners, at which point they charge headfirst into my spear wall. This is already a bad idea, but after I activate the spear quilt ability, my spearmen gain 600% mass, which means Manfred—
Is that the mod? Is that the mod? Is that a real ability? Because that's crazy.
is basically charging headfirst into a—
Okay, most balanced. Okay, I was gonna say it has to be a mod. That's crazy.
a concrete wall. So that was the battle. 20 minutes of shooting everything that moved.
Eat 2 pizzas and a 12-pack of beer. 600% mass.
And then 10 minutes of stabbing it with spears after it stopped moving. Final result, 250 friendly casualties, 3,500 enemy casualties. Eat shit, Manfred. Manfred participated in his next humiliation ritual at the Siege of the Great Pyramid, where he attempted to defend a castle using 90% cavalry. In case you're not familiar, that's like attempting to perform open-heart surgery with a Ford F-150. It's just not applicable. So obviously, we scaled the walls with riflemen and spent 30 minutes putting football-sized holes in all of his units. Not sure what he was expecting, but getting shot 1,200 times was kind of the high watermark of Manfred's career, because after that, we just casually conquered the rest of his territory. This was boring, but it gave us a chance to forge alliances with Raponce and Volkanovsky the Grim, which helped bolster our income to a massive 15,000 gold per turn. And perhaps more importantly, our alliance with the Empire now allows us to recruit actually—
Oh my god, okay. I've never been tempted to play Empire, But they do have some really cool artillery with the cannons and like this like missile launcher truck thing. That's really cool. Elspeth is a lot of fun. I want to play it just to like have big booms.
Good artillery. With Manfred decomposing in the sand and several new allies to control the region, we can move on to the second last undead lord.
Wait, Elspeth is necromancy plus guns plus big boom? Holy shit, that's like all my favorite things. I'm gonna have to play Elspeth after my Skaven run, I think.
Heinrich Kemmler. About 20 turns ago, Heinrich was doing quite well for himself, controlling all of Ulthuan. But now we can see that not only did Morathi survive the zombie apocalypse, but she actually survived so well that she's invading Heinrich and winning. In fact, she did about half the work for us. So let's capitalize on this opportunity.
Oh, Elspeth is death magic, not necromancy. My bad, y'all. My bad. Death magic is not the same as necromancy. I didn't know. My bad. Okay.
And take the other half of Ulthuan. Arriving there, we fan out and take a big bite out of that donut. Heinrich Kemmler does not respond well to this surprise rimming, and he attacks us at Cairnthel. I deploy our gun cage in the shallow waters. This slows the enemies down as they charge at us, which gives us more time to shoot them in the face. Additionally, Shingen unlocked the Dark Skies ability, which is a map-wide effect that causes flocks of crows to attack all enemy flying units.
Really cool.
This regularly kills bats and even Vargeists within 30 seconds, meaning we've got permanent air superiority. The battle started off quite well, with us melting 3 of his commanders right off the bat. However, once his army caught up, things began getting complicated. Defending a 3...
So how is death magic different than other magic that kills? Like what is the condition of being death magic? Asotech? It kills by death. Kills faster? It has cool, badass name. Death magic causes death. Well, so does every other magic. It kills you better. I see. Death magic is purple. Ah, it's purple. That makes it death magic. I got it. This man died by death. This magic was so deathly, we called it death magic because it's caused death. It gives you some power over the dead, but does not let you freeze them. So it's the certified badass goth baddie magic is what you're saying.
360-degree formation is pretty challenging, especially when your rocket artillery keeps friendly firing your own units. But luckily, the undead leadership has a remarkable proclivity for flying headfirst into projectile oblivion, and when the enemy generals are speedrunning their own death, it's almost impossible to lose. While our 2 main armies were taking care of that, we split a second battle group to proceed along the northern shores, capturing additional territory until we ran into the Red Duke of Mousillon. Not only is this man a vampire, but I have credible evidence linking him to a furry VTuber reaction channel, so he had to die. Really and let me tell you, when we ripped him apart using every Japanese monster on the roster, I felt emotionally enriched on multiple levels. Unfortunately, the undead are resilient, and for the next 20 turns, we had to deal with a continuous piss stream of Parisian vampires sailing across the channel to kill us. In better news, we liberated Lothern and brought Tyrion back to life. Then we started selling him 90% of our Ulthuan holdings. And for a man who was, until very recently, dead, he has a lot of money. Money which I desperately need, because Morathi is extorting us for 25,000 gold each turn. It's not that I'm a fan of financial domination, but the Dark Elves are so sexually deranged that even the most perverse Japanese salaryman would stand no chance against them. So it's easier to just cooperate with the sexual terrorists. By this point, we've taken all of Heinrich's settlements in Ulthuan, established the High Elf.
Let's be fair, if it's Morathi, it's not like... If it's Morathi, pretty much anybody would be all over that. You know, it's not really, like, hard to consider Morathi, you know? Go on. You know what I'm trying to say, you know? You know what I'm trying to say?
as a satellite state, and Marathi is teetering on the edge of flattening our dick with a pasta maker, which means it's time for us to leave. Next objective is Bretonia. Once we purge the undead from this region, then it's on to the Empire for our final target, Vlad von Karstein. Quickly working our way through a naval blockade, we stage our first invasive landing at Lioness. This is a massive city for the undead, so I'm expecting heavy resistance and possibly some suicide bombers. However, instead, as soon as we arrive, the enemy commander jumps in a boat and sails 500 miles away. I almost feel embarrassed to be at war with these people, but I'm not too embarrassed to farm their garrisons for XP, because now I'm able to give my commanders the Death Squad perk. Call my boys Unit 731, because they really out here committing racially motivated war crimes and experimenting on the locals. Speaking of human experimentation, I think something is deeply wrong with my ninjas. Too many chromosomes or not enough, I'm not sure. But every time I load the save, it gets worse. Willfully ignoring the uncontrolled mutation of my soldiers, we push forward, capturing several undead cities with minimal resistance. Heinrich did attempt to stop us at one point, but he chose to attack us on a map with a massive choke point when all of our units have rifles. So you can imagine how that went. I take a moment to appreciate Heinrich's situation. According to lore, this man spent 6 years living in the forest, eating tree bark and going insane before selling his soul to the devil to obtain necromantic powers.
That's very relatable, actually. I relate to this man.
All of that, just for some goofy Asians to show up T-posing on horses and dismantle his entire empire. Sorry, Heinrich, but I've already depicted you as the Virgin and me as the Chad, so you never stood a chance. The only real casualty of this war was my big cannon meme stack. I got a little too cocky in this battle and they all died. One of the saddest days in my life was when my child asked me to buy them a Skibbity Toilet mystery surprise toilet.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this? What the? Chat, do you want a Skibbity mystery toilet surprise? Next giveaway. Next giveaway in the Stimdom. Thank you, Atomic, for the prime. Thank you. Well, back it up. Society's over. Society's ended. I have never watched a single second of Skibbity Toilet in my life. I don't even understand it. I don't even understand what it is. I'm not gonna lie.
At which point, I had no choice but to abandon them outside a Walmart. But losing this army was even worse. Fortunately, fresh reinforcements just arrived from Japan. 14 Tier 5 samurai at a cost of 8,000 gold per turn. If Heinrich wasn't doomed before, he definitely is now. So we spread out and violently expunge his presence from Bretonia. Also, the dwarves seem to have performed an ethnic cleansing against the Wood Elves. Truly, the world is healing. In similar
I agree with that. I'm not a fan of elves. I'm not a fan.
Similarly pleasant news, Marathi appears to have extracted some sexual gratification from watching us repeatedly batter the elderly, and now she kind of likes us. Fellas, I think we've got a chance. All that's left is to seal the deal. I am a romantic soul, so to impress Marathi, I strike deep into the Empire, capturing Heinrich's final settlement, leaving him with only one army, at which point I joined forces with her to spit roast Heinrich into oblivion. Used to be that buying a girl flowers was enough to impress her, but now apparently even fucking an old man to death in front of her isn't good enough.
What? What?
Because not only did we not get her number, but she declared war on us immediately after. The dating economy may never recover. Now look, we're already saving.
Dang, I need to try hard. No, oh, the dating scene is in shambles. Women and their inflated standards, am I right? The bar's in hell, chat. The bar is literally in hell.
The world from zombies. We don't have the resources to also save it from perverts. So it's time for some market manipulation. You see, my Bretonian settlements are like a collection of investments, carefully managed and neatly arranged in a dossier. And in 2 or 3 turns, Marathi is going to take a big fat shit in that dossier, which means we have 2 or 3 turns to become financially liquid. So I start selling off all of our Bretonian holdings.
I don't know enough about with finances to understand this, but Yes.
to anyone with the money.
Stock-
Aquitaine, Karl Franz,
stonks
even
up
bearded
and down.
children. Don't care? Here's your settlement.
Day
Good luck
trading.
defending it. Some people might consider this a form of insider trading, but I prefer to think of it as a timely exercise in geographical minimalism. That was a bit of a disaster, but we handled
Is that the Sims music playing? I think that's the Sims Builders music. Do 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 do. I've played a lot of Sims where I made my crushes and made them date me. And then I took the ladder out of the pool. And we never saw them again.
it well. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, trouble is brewing. South Korea just declared war on us and staged an invasion of northern Japan. With all of our armies in the empire, this is pretty bad. As the Koreans captured more of our territory, I rushed to assemble an army, but all I could come up with was this.
To be
7 tier
honest.
5 samurai against an entire army of dark elf degenerates. Truly, we are doomed. Or at least, that's what I thought, before I realized
I didn't know you could make Torox in The Sims. That was before I knew who Torox was. I bet they do have a Beastman mod, though. Do you think you can get Minotaurs in The Sims? Someone surely has made that mod. It's gotta be out there.
our samurai can run faster than a goddamn horse. Not only that, but they are completely psychologically unbreakable. So our fight against the Koreans was just a bunch of sociopathic Japanese guys going on an unprecedented killing spree and then chasing down the survivors like wild animals.
Oh my God, they're
this
so
is a
fast.
proud day for all of
That's so
Japan.
funny.
Shortly after that, we executed the South Korean president and their territory was colonized by Mongolian lizards. I'm starting to understand why every Asian hates other Asians. In fact, at this point, our greatest threat is no longer the undead. It's the dozens of warmongering factions that have rushed into the power vacuum left by the undead.
It's Black Friday. It's Black Friday sales. I have looked it up and people have made Minotaur mods.
But
Hell
we've
yeah.
got a goal to complete,
yeah.
and Vlad is still alive. Kind of. So let's get back to work. We begin pouring our armies into the Empire, splitting one group to the south and one to the north to capture as much as we can. We run into our first resistance at Averheim, when 4 undead armies attack us. However, they're attacking our stack of tier 5 samurai, so it turned into an absolute bloodbath. By the end, there was 5,000 corpses in this ditch alone. The good news is only 500 of those were ours, but the undead seem to have a near limitless supply of soldiers, and they're trying to wear us down. We can only win this if we fight them smarter, in advantageous maps such as this one. An open field bisected by a river, leaving 2 bottlenecks for us to utilize. We rush to gain control of them with our samurai.
Holy, look at this army. Is that a 40? Is he playing a 40 stack? I don't have time to count that, but that's a huge ass
As
army.
6,000 zombies descend upon us like the plague. I'd like to tell you we fought bravely and had some kind of Japanese Thermopylae, but all I can actually tell you is my game crashed 3 times.
Oh,
You see, our mod pack is like a Russian egg homunculus. It's a
Oh.
bastardization of genetic
what
code that is
the-
born into this world, writhes around in agony for a few moments, and then dies painfully.
What
And
the
currently, we're
fuck?
getting close to the dying part, because with each passing
Ew.
turn, the game becomes massively less functional. So
Thankfully fake. Oh my god, thank you. I was gonna be thinking about that.
we need to finish this challenge before the mod deletes my operating system and hires a Bitcoin assassin to kill me. The issue we're facing right now is that Vlad seems to be turtling all of his armies in a doom stack at Averheim, and we're definitely not ready to kill that. Hypothetically, it is difficult to defeat Prime Ronnie Coleman in martial combat, but if we were to economically cripple him until he could no longer afford to feed himself, then it would become a lot easier. And we're going to adopt that same approach against Vlad. Instead of confronting him at Averheim, we're going to split up and capture the rest of his territory. This should drain his economy
Nice
and force him
metaphor.
to sell off some of his armies. Then, when he's weak and vulnerable, we strike. It took about 15 turns to take all of Vlad's territory and fully encircle him at Averheim. Every so often, he would lash out and send a few armies to fight us, but the samurai body is a well-oiled machine that turns dead people into chopped up dead people. Also, we've just sold his capital city to the dwarves for 200,000 gold, and we're closing in on $1 million. So we can do this all day.
Oh my god, I've never seen that amount of money in Total War before. Holy cow.
At this point, the Japanese noose is tightening around Vlad's neck, and just as I'm getting ready to pull, tragedy strikes. I try to end my turn on turn 206, and then the game clenches its fist, grabs at its chest, and collapses dead. Huh, that's a bit weird. Let's reload and try again. End turn 206, and crash. This shit ain't good. Every time we end turn 206, the game crashes without fail, but we're far too close to our goal to give up now. After a brief investigation, I realized every crash takes place when the game is processing the actions of the 7th faction, which happens to be our old friends, the Chinese. Which of course raises the question, what if China didn't exist? Maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't crash. So I downloaded a console command mod and got to work wiping 1.4 billion people off the face of the earth on a hunt.
No way he manually did this! This would have taken so long to figure out. Oh my god.
I'm not proud to admit that mass genocide was the first solution I went to, but it fucking worked. After making the Chinese extinct, I gave their territory to Balthazar Gelt, and we passed on to turn 207 without a problem.
That's
Thank
crazy.
Christ. With the fabric of reality now patched up using the bodies of 1 billion Chinese.
There's a command to kill the whole faction at once instead of one army at a time. Wow.
We
I didn't know
can
you could
finally
do that.
finish
I mean,
Vlad
it makes
and end the
sense.
apocalypse. I link our southern and northern army groups and drunk drive them straight into Vlad's doom stack. We get a massive 4-on-4 clash, which I could just auto-resolve. But where's the spectacle in that?
That's true.
We're fighting this one manually. Loading in with a pretty strong army, I get a bit cocky and charge straight across the field at our enemies. Predictably, this was a bad idea, and things get pretty messy pretty fast. Our flanks aren't secure, and the undead are starting to overwhelm us. But at the last moment, we receive a massive influx of reinforcements, which blitz across the field and begin massacring the undead. This is a highly contested battle, and then we just won. Don't worry about how, just know that we definitely didn't crash for the final.
Oh no. Oh my god. That is so depressing.
500th time. With that battle over, Vlad's army scatter and we take our time grouping up and beating the shit out of each of them individually. In fact, I have so many commanders in this province with the purification trait that we've completely removed all of the vampiric corruption in like 2 turns. So Vlad's remaining armies are now suffering attrition from being undead, being homeless, and some of them also have the plague. Now, as much as I'd love to sit here and watch his final army decompose, I can't risk our mod breaking and forcing another genocide. So I attacked Vlad's last army, kill it, and achieve absolution.
Yay!
After 200 turns and countless human sacrifices, the zombie apocalypse has been stopped, and Shingen Takeda is a hero. So what happens to all of our favorite characters now that the world has been saved? Well, Mr. Takeda retired back to Japan to
I like the little ending. Where are they now?
continue his career in real estate, eventually causing the 2008 financial crisis and inventing the George Foreman grill to become a multi-millionaire. Marathi continued her world domination before eventually overdosing on Percocet in a Burger King washroom. The continent of South America continues its descent into chaos, with its average inhabitant being considered too dangerous for human contact. Tyrion and the High Elves renounce their titles and open the world's first gay auto body shop.
What
Lubed
the?
up buttholes. That's what my garage is all about.
The French are their #1 customers. And finally, 1.4 billion Chinese are still missing to this day. The world isn't perfect, but thanks to us, it's got a chance.
That's crazy. Wow, W video, Reggie. Well done. That is some dedication, I will say. That is some dedication. To have that many crashes and still continue the video. But that must have been like 50 crashes for the entire game. I left Pancreas's wins at Magic video in the Discord if you're curious how Magic works. Thank you, Grand Tourist. I will check it out. Some say they're still looking for the mythical China. I can't believe he had to go in and manually delete all the Chinese factions just to get his game to unbreak. At some point, you're just too stubborn to give up. I understand that. Yeah, I get that. Can we watch another one? I think I'm gonna play Total War. I don't know. I kind of do want to watch another one. Should I watch the Three Kingdoms oversimplified video though? It keeps getting recommended to me. It keeps getting recommended to me. Or I could watch the Reggie CK3 video. How about we put it to a vote? Can one of the mods vote while I go refill my coffee? It'll either be, or we can watch 1 Hour of Silence Occasionally Broken by Luigi. You know, that one keeps being recommended to me as well. This video has been recommended to me like 20 times at this point. Yeah, oversimplified Three Kingdoms or Reggie the CK3 video. We'll put it to a poll. No channel points. Just a poll, just a straight up poll. I'm gonna refill my coffee and then we'll watch whatever wins the poll, okay? Okay? Yeah, let's just raw dog it. Yeah. Alright, I'm trusting you, some peasants. I'll be gone for like 5 minutes. I gotta refresh my coffee. Make good choices! I'll be right back. Make good choices. I'll be right back. God damn it, I love both those videos. I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my coffee and maybe have another Oreo cookie because I'm hungry. And then we'll watch another video. So make good choices. BRB. I'm back. Oh. Oh. I'm broken. I'm back and I'm broken. What the? Hold. 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 Danger. Danger. VTuber model broken. Teehee. I was eating beef jerky. The beef jerky was too powerful. Okay, I'm back. These are the Reggie videos. Okay, what's the best flavor of beef jerky though? And why is it pepper? It's so good. Peppered beef jerky? Mm. White girl spicy. Pepper is solid. Teriyaki's good too. But I really like pepper. Sweet and spicy. Ooh, that's a good one too. I like sweet and spicy as well. Beef jerky is not a thing there? Really? You don't have any kind of like dried meat? I heckin' love beef jerky. Yum. It's like a nice little snack when I don't want to eat a whole meal. Thank you, Luke, for the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, Luke. Welcome to the Stimdom. Who up there drying their meat? Oh. Is it the death race? Is that the one that won? I didn't see the poll results. I'm trusting you. What one? Was it CK3 or was it Three Kingdoms? Yes? Okay. I entered a CK3 death race against 2 psychopaths. Man, this makes me want to play CK3 and do a challenge. I kind of want to do a challenge. A big truck outside my window. I kind of want to do a challenge, a CK3 challenge
Crusader
video.
King.
I saw I got an update today. I got an email about it. Did Stim Doctor still live from your last playthrough? I haven't finished that playthrough basically because all of my land got taken by, I think, the Swedes. I think this was it the Finns or the Swedes? Somebody came over and took all my land and I just gave up. So then I started a new one where I made Twink Uncle Stimothy and decided to do a 100 baby challenge. So now we're doing the max fertility challenge. The Finns took the island, the Swedes took the rest. Ah, yes, that is what happened. Fertile maxing, I was fertile maxing. I think I was at like 120% fertile. It was great. It was glorious. I was gonna have so many babies. Anyways, okay, let's do I should call her. Let's watch another Reggie video. Today we're doing a CK3 video. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. My name is Stimpack. I'm a Dragon Princess. I do a lot of history stuff. I do a lot of gameplay stuff. And I do a lot of React content. Yeah, we'd love to have you in the Stimdom. Hi, YouTube. We're gonna watch the, I entered a CK3 death race against 2 psychopaths by Reggie. Because I've been playing a lot of CK3 lately, and I haven't really seen any CK3 videos, so this will be great. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Movie time!
Kings 3 is a game best enjoyed with your friends, who you don't like very much, because then you won't feel as bad when you spend 4 years seducing their wife, while also
true.
fabricating rumors that they're a godless sodomite. Rumors which you will then use to
What is a sodomite? I get the godless part. What is a sodomite?
blackmail them into helping you kidnap an innocent child to extort money from the Pope. Some
Oh no, that was like when I forgot that guy was in the dungeon for like 20 years. And then I let him out of the dungeon and I was like, you can fight in my army if you want. A sodomite is someone who does butt stuff. Oh, okay. I see.
Some people will say this is an unhealthy way to interact with the world, but I say we're just getting started, because for today's video I will be competing against 2 of
Editor, cut that out! Cut that out, editor! Actually cut that out! I know things. We cut it out.
My friends in a race to see which of us can accumulate the most kills within a singular lifetime. Assassination plots, ritual sacrifice, and cleverly placed car bombs.
I love
Whatever we can
ritual
do to run that
sacrifice.
number up before our character experiences a dignified ending, such as contracting cholera and shitting himself to death at the ripe old age of 34. Can we carve our names
No.
into the history books in human blood, or will we fall victim to a cruel and unusual psychopath? There's only one way to know. But first, I want to thank Paradox for sponsoring this video. Crusader Kings
he got
3 is free to
sponsored by
play from May 9th
Paradox.
to the 13th, and I highly recommend checking it out using the pinned comment below.
Is this when Crusader Kings 3 came out? Whoa, that's very cool.
Now, let us begin. It is my opinion that you don't become the most prolific serial killer in human history without a bit of theory crafting. So before we start the competition, I'm going to be testing out a few different approaches. I like to call this first strategy, make love, not war, and then kill all of your children.
Oh no, they sometimes have free weekends. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I can't believe Paradox let this video through. But at the same time, Paradox is pretty goated for this because they must have got so many people downloading this game just from this video, I guarantee.
You see, in this game, you can use spy masters to create assassination plots to kill your enemies. However, they're grown men, and for some reason, they don't really trust the look of me. All of this results in a pretty low chance of success. However, I've realized that a much easier target would be children, namely
He's targeting the children already! He's an experienced CK3 player, you can tell.
my own children. Normally, you can't do this, but by taking the sadistic trait, you can do pretty much whatever you want. And better yet, engaging in psychopathic behavior actually helps relieve your stress. Simply amazing.
It's true. When you're sadistic, doing things like murdering children relieves stress.
So going off this premise,
Don't tell me
I've
how I
created
know
my
that.
first character, Emir Roginald. For his stats, I invested heavily in intrigue. I also relocated all the points from his jawline directly to his mustache. Truly, no one would suspect this man of murdering dozens of children. For personality, he's sadistic, lustful, and deceitful.
Oh,
This increases my
wow.
fertility, which will allow me to minimize my refractory period and maximize my child output. I begin the campaign in what would be modern-day Azerbaijan. My next-door neighbor and his infant son absolutely hate me because I practice a different faith. However,
Because
that's all
he's
part of the
evil.
plan. Because Asherism allows me to have a wife along with 3 concubines, so while Count Simbit is only
Man,
producing
I want a concubine. I gotta change my settings next time so I can have concubine. I think you guys did suggest I play China next time for maximum baby output, so I might do that.
1 child a year, who will probably die from scarlet fever anyway, I'm 4xing my family lineage through polyamory. So the first move is to marry as many women as possible. I do this without taking into
What?
account
There was
whether
a
or not we have a good
child!
compatibility. So all of my wives hate my guts, because I'm an irritable, sadistic, deviant adulterer with a weed addiction. This results in some intramarital tension, and I have to resort to concocting multi-year-long schemes just to convince them to sleep with me. But it works, and before long, I have my own children. It's now time to go get a kill streak. Up to this point, I had assumed that I'd just be able to toss my child in the castle moat and be done with it, but it turns out it's a little more complicated than that, and again,
Why does that baby look so evil? Yes, all according to plan. Goo goo gaga.
and I have to engage in a several year-long conspiracy just to kill my infant son. The worst part is, he survived. I fire my spy master for being outsmarted by a toddler, and I get back to work. Eventually, I start getting a few kills, but with 4 wives, I quickly run into the issue of any married man, which is that I can't kill my children fast enough. This, combined with my insane fertility, results in me quickly becoming outnumbered by a gang of small infants who all
Oh my god, look at all look at all the dead ones. Wait. Okay, someone explain. I missed the premise of the video where his goal was to kill his own children. What was the reason for this again?
also hate me. Eventually, the ones that survive my assassination attempts grow up, become my rivals, and challenge me in a duel to the death, at which point I am killed by my own son. This technique yielded
Oh, stress relief. He wanted to be a psychopath. Max kill challenge. He wants to have as many kills as possible. Oh, he's doing a max kill challenge. The challenge is to kill as many people as possible. Interesting. I see.
A total of 20 kills. It's not bad, but there's too much of a bottleneck with the schemes, so let's try something else. For this
Okay.
next attempt, I'm going to be stepping away from infanticide and leaning into world conquest. To meet this goal, I've created a new character, Reginald. Same mustache as before, but this time I buffed his jawline and cheekbones for
crazy.
added intimidation. His warfare skill is pretty high, and he's a strong berserk murderer with vengeful and sadistic tendencies. We're starting in Somaliland, sandwiched between Sweden and Denmark, which makes us a
This is where I went wrong when I tried this.
Viking of the Asartru faith. This is important because it allows us to declare wars for the sole purpose of gathering ritual sacrifices, which I started doing immediately. But that wasn't enough. I needed to maximize my kill feed, so I sailed over to England, stole a bunch of money from their churches, and then came back and used this money to fund an army large enough to subjugate my neighbors. The
Holy
Kingdom of
shit.
Somaliland was quickly expanding, and so was my list of military prisoners. Normally, you can use prisoners as strategic bartering chips with other factions. For example, one of my enemies had kidnapped my son and wanted to exchange him for a general that I had taken hostage. In response, I killed the general. Sorry, son, but daddy's gotta get his AC-130. And honestly, I have
That's
enough children
crazy.
anyway. In fact, the entirety
I have enough children anyways.
of Scandinavia is overrun with my freakishly grotesque offspring, and I'm a little
do
nervous
they
after
look
what
like
happened
that?
last time. But much to my surprise, I was actually pretty well liked, as long as you didn't break the law, because I had adopted a universal policy.
Executions could be better. Wow. The condemned thief jerks at the end of a rope and then goes still. The crowd of commoners mutters their approval and begins to disperse. But where's the cheering? The groaning of terror. I could improve public executions with one simple change.
That anyone who ends up in jail for any reason whatsoever is instantly executed. This inevitably resulted in some tension between myself and the other factions, because
Yeah.
I just decapitated your son for the crime of insulting the color of my shoes. The King of Sweden hated me the most, and he would regularly send me passive-aggressive messages. In fact,
Is that
one time
Petey?
he offered me a
Petey Pie?
concubine, except upon closer inspection, it was a 50-year-old deceitful dwarf who I am almost certain would attempt to kill me in my sleep. But I was undeterred by the king's poorly feigned generosity,
I almost spit out my water at that. Holy shit.
and eventually I grew Somaliland to a mighty empire with more military power than either Denmark or Sweden, with substantial territory in Scandinavia as well as a good chunk of England. Also, I own a part of Estonia, because they raided me once at the start of the game, and I took that really personally. By this point, Reginald had become an old man, his military conquests so great, his devotion to the gods so
Oh my
immense
God, look
that
at
he
his
was now being
face.
immortalized as a
His implants are not aging well, chat. Look at his face. Something's wrong there.
living legend. It was a good life, and now as an old man I accepted my fate and slipped into Valhalla to be celebrated for killing a total of 50 people. My son took up control of the empire, but I had spent my entire life ignoring my
He's
children,
100%
so none of them
natty.
could read or write, and I'm pretty
Okay,
sure they'll get
chat.
assassinated by that dwarf, but that's not my problem. That last run was an improvement, but I want to try one more tactic before I face off against the others. For this, I'm going to make a character
Oh
who
my god, what the? It's gone too far. It's gone too far.
specializes in
Oh,
seducing
no.
other men's wives. Then when they find out, they'll challenge me to a duel and I'll kill them. For this purpose, I have to create the ideal male physique, which no woman could ever hope to resist. Oh yeah, this is perfect. A morbidly obese Asian whose face is barely visible through a vast undergrowth of body hair. You might think this was just for comedic effect, but actually it serves another purpose. Because when my Caucasian neighbor's wife gives birth to a fat Chinese baby, there will be absolutely no ambiguity as to who is responsible. And
How does he come up with this? What? Why is that? What? Is this the long game? Like, what?
I'm hoping this will expedite the process of making enemies. So, let us begin. I start the game again in Scandinavia, quickly marrying several women to form strategic alliances with powerful factions. Once the basic infrastructure is set up for the kingdom, I go ahead and start searching for extramarital affairs. That's when I come across Chieftain Hrogir and his wife. She has a positive opinion of me, so I attempt to seduce her, only to realize that the scheme has a 0% success rate. This confused me briefly
Yeah.
before I realized I am not attracted to women.
Oh
Apparently,
my god,
when I
it happened to him too! Oh my god, it happened to him too! Do you remember when my heir was asexual and my whole thing was seduction schemes. This game likes to troll. This game likes to troll.
Created my character, I left my sexuality on randomize, and this resulted in Reginald, the obese Chinaman, being born as an
The game
asexual.
literally wants to cuck you, chat.
This was a soul-crushing revelation, so obviously I aborted the campaign and went back to the character creation menu to fix it. In the words of a wise man, once all these
So
women
funny.
stop thinking I'm gay, they're done for. Now loading in with a heterosexual character, I was ready to unfurl my devious plans. I found a suitable target and began plotting to seduce her. Over the months, my scheme progressed slowly but certainly. In the meantime, I decided I may as well do stuff while I wait, so I declared war on the Slavic kingdom of Slupsk. I loaded Reginald onto a boat and sailed him across the Baltic Sea to invade my enemies. But the very second he set foot on solid land, he immediately collapsed from a heart attack. Yes, indeed.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Jarl Reginald of Somaliland had succumbed to cardiac arrest at the ripe old age of 25. Cursed with a disturbed mind, he was known throughout his lands as a raving lunatic for the entire 9 months that he was alive. And with no heir to the throne, this game was over. I could try again, but I took this as a sign from God that I was not meant to be heterosexual. So I decided to just call it there and head into the competition without any further preparation. Let's begin with some introductions. Our first competitor is the spiffing Brit, who is starting in his real-life hometown of Khazaria. His character, none other than world-renowned cannibal Timothy Chalamet.
I was literally gonna say it's Timothy Chalamet.
Meanwhile, all the way in Ghana, we have Veilfisk, who is attempting to channel the spirit of mass casualties by establishing the faction of Los Alamos using Robert Oppenheimer. Finally, I'll be in Sweden using my acromegaly-stricken character Jarl Reginald. You may be wondering what my plan is. Well, with this being one of my first games of CK3, I've opted to just follow my base instincts by making all of the same decisions I would make in real life, in the hope that it would eventually lead to serial homicide. I felt as though my chances were pretty good, until I made the mistake of asking the others about their strategies.
My R&D department have run simulations with me on how this will go, and I think this could work. I think this will work very well.
But
You see, that's the issue here.
His art, is he serious? He has a research and development team?
I woke up this morning to messages of you guys talking about your research and development teams. My research and development team is like me and an editor that lives in Vietnam. So, my plan, I think,
Wait, you're my R&D team, chat? That's a pretty big job. Are you sure you can take it on, chat? Are you gonna take up the mantle of research and development for the Stimdom? Because I cannot tell you enough. The kind of stuff you're gonna have to research and develop. I mean, it may change you. It may change you, and you may look at the world a little differently after. I'm warning you. I'm warning you.
going to be like the normal guy at the Olympics, just like the average Joe that is like the frame of reference, right? So
They bring in the
that's what
case
I'm going
study.
for.
Okay, that'd be brilliant. I've had this idea for a ridiculously long time. Like I've sat on this idea for probably about half a year. It turns out the easiest way to get other creators to play CK3 with you is just to pay them for it.
What an endorsement of the game in and of itself.
Just to pay them?
Like, the easiest way to get people to play this.
To pay them.
Say them.
Damn, I've been doing this wrong.
Which is why the game's now free this weekend.
Free.
There you go. Woo!
Yay!
Great segue. We did it. Budget
That's a
secured.
great. I'm happy to hear you've moved on to the stage of your life where you're having to pay people to hang out with you.
I've just run out of friends.
And with that, the race was underway. I put myself on the board quickly by subjugating my physically inferior neighbors and executing their upper management.
Oh my goodness, Reggie, you've already killed 3 people. One of whom was pregnant.
Oh my god! One of them was pregnant!
What the fuck?
Does that count? Does that count as 2?
I petition for a double kill on that.
Oh, God.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
This was a good start, but Veilfisk already had 5 kills, and it was at this point we noticed he somehow cloned himself, because there was a perfect replica of Robert Oppenheimer ruling over Morocco. A Robert Morockenheimer, if you will. What's worse, the clone even has a kill. Put him on the scoreboard. The only good news was that Spiff was still at 0, although I did notice something strange about his wife.
Paul, I don't want to insult you. Are you familiar with the political candidate Vermin Supreme?
No.
Vermin Supreme will take away your guns and give you better ones.
Your
What is
wife looks like Vermin
Wait,
Supreme.
no way. His wife looks like Vermin. Are you serious?
Well, because she's got like a boot on her head.
What have you got against my
You're
wife?
right. Wait
She's
a
a
minute.
beautiful young lady.
Like, I don't have anything.
sorry.
Vermin Supreme is a great guy. Like, yeah.
That guy's from New York? What? I've never heard of that before. Oh, it's in Canada? I'm Canadian. I haven't heard of this.
You know,
Is he stubborn, temperate, and humble?
Some might say.
stubborn, definitely.
He's
Definitely
yeah, he's
stubborn.
been running for office for the
He's
past.
like a performance artist who keeps running in elections. That's so funny. Vermin Supreme is spats 222.
That's like 25 years. I think.
I think stubborn's definitely, yeah.
Other than dominating my
That's so
neighbors
funny.
through special military operations, I've also begun trying to make as many rivals as possible, because then I can challenge them to duels and kill them. I started by sleeping with every married woman
That's
in the
actually a good
kingdom. However,
plan.
since I'm executing like 12 people a day, everyone is too terrified to even complain, including my wife. So instead, I had to go international with my crimes.
Wow.
Oh, my wife died. No! She's been murdered.
Did he kill his wife? Oh, no way! Oh my god.
Wait,
Hang on a
really?
second.
Wait a minute.
I killed about 3 of Spiff's wives, and I believed I was getting away with it until one of my own Jarls found out about the assassinations and tried to blackmail me. I told him I don't negotiate with terrorists and hoped for the best.
That's crazy.
That's a speed run.
Reggie, it says you killed my wife.
Well, shit.
Reggie,
Wait a second. It says Reggie killed my wife.
how could you kill my wife?
Like,
For the
personally?
points. What do you mean? You invited me to this
For
job.
the points.
That's
the
crazy.
points.
On the upside, I got revenge on this Jarl after my
Ruthless.
spies found out he was a sodomite, at which point I executed him on the spot. This was considered a justified killing for this time period. Other than that, things were going well. The blood was flowing, and I had an interesting interaction with a saleswoman. She's trying to sell me a worm on a string, but not for fishing. It's
You know what? I would fall for that. Wait, what? Think of how it will impress the ladies at court. There's definitely someone who could sell me a worm on a string.
for impressing the ladies at the court. This interaction triggered a fucking Jimmy Neutron brain blast, as I remembered that 11 years ago, during a school trip to New York, a fast-talking black lady had scammed me and my friends into buying the exact same thing, because she
way.
told us that it had AI sensors and a motor inside of it that allowed it to do a bunch of cool tricks,
What the
when in actuality it was just a pipe cleaner on fishing line. We lost a lot of money that day. While I was reminiscing about being the stupidest son of a bitch to ever live, Veilfisk ran into
Unlocked hidden core memory PTSD.
some bad luck of his own.
Oh, I just got killed.
You just got killed. What? What?
No!
How do you just
I
get
got
killed?
murdered. Somebody murdered me.
Oh
I've
my
been murdered.
god. Seriously, you got murdered straight away.
Yeah, I just got murdered.
You killed 17 people though. That's pretty good.
So he's dead, and it's only been about 30 minutes. Very unfortunate. But in death, he let out some
It's only been 30 minutes? And they've already killed that many people? Holy heck, they move fast. In the 30 minutes of my campaigns, I'm just like trying to find a spouse.
information about his murder strategies.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, it's on triple speed.
I don't know
Oh,
who
yeah,
killed
yeah.
me either.
That makes
I
more
mean, do you
sense.
think it had anything to do with you killing all those people?
Nobody knows I killed those kids.
I need to up
Yes,
my game.
indeed,
I do.
Veilfisk was a student of the game because he was killing all of his own children. And not only that, but he was also shaking them down for protection money.
Oh, one of my kids just gave me 15 gold. I'm so much closer to. Please don't kill me, Daddy. Take my piggy bank. Take it.
Ow, Daddy, ow! Ow, Daddy!
This revelation made me unofficially change his nickname from Robert the Stranger to Robert the Strangler. Anyway, for the sake of the video, and also because I didn't want to be left alone with this man,
Ain't no way I'm just trying to find a spouse is the first thing I hear after tuning in. Okay, I'm talking about CK3 Crusader Kings. That's what I'm talking about.
I decided we should give Vale a second chance and reload the save. So we reset time by 1 month to give Oppenheimer a chance to find his assassin. And just as I was about to propose the possibility of a Japanese time traveler, it happened again.
What?
You've been murdered again.
You died.
I got
Again?
murdered again, yeah.
It happened the same way again.
Even though the plot was exposed and it had a 14% chance of it succeeding.
So we resurrected
Oh
Vale
my
Fisk
God.
one final time, and this time he actually caught his assassin.
I also found out the guy who murdered me a couple of times. I think the reason was that I killed his wife and all of his children.
How shocking. Just when
Wow.
I thought Vale Fisk was finally back on his feet, the spiffing Brit absolutely nailed him with the most devious trick of all time.
Did you ever see the rare Magic the Gathering card, the Mind Goblin?
The Mind Goblin?
Yeah, Mind Goblin
No.
these nuts.
Mind.
No!
Start typing it in everything.
I walked right into that.
No!
In other news, a random man managed to infiltrate our game.
Wait, hang on a second. We have a problem. We have a problem.
No way.
I'd rage quit.
Are you dead? Did you
What's
just
that?
die?
No. There's another player in this game.
Wait, there's another play. Wait, someone else is in the game.
Yeah. Nitro Dub 69.
We kicked him, but I decided to keep
Nitro Dub 69 joined the game. That's
him
so
on the
funny.
scoreboard just for fun. After this, I became rather scared, because we've been playing for an hour, and I have 14 kills, Vale Fisk has 22, but for some reason, Spiff only has 2. Something wasn't right about this.
Ooh, what is he
Been doing
plotting?
good, actually. 22 people killed on your end. That's
Oh.
pretty good.
See, this is him trying to lure us into a false sense of
Yeah,
security.
no,
So,
exactly.
I've only got 15, don't worry about me.
Exactly.
Well, Vale, how many have you got?
I'm panicking.
33.
33.
33?
And our concerns only
Spiff always breaks the game. He's doing something. I don't know the Spiffing Brit. I'm gonna have to check out his channel after. I wonder, what is his master plan?
grew when Spiff started throwing around phrases like the precipice of greatness
Oh.
and the final war.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Oh, look at Sweden.
Goodness, I am actually on the precipice of greatness. Oh, this war is the final war.
Oh, the final
the-
war to what? The final war
What
to
the-
what, Spiff?
However, it all made sense about 5 minutes later when we got this notification. Yes, indeed, Timothy Chalamet was now Genghis Khan. I don't know a lot about Genghis Khan, but I'm pretty sure he killed more than 22 people, so I viewed this as a troubling development. The Empire of Sweden had come a long
Oh,
way,
no.
but it was still nothing in the face of the Mongol hordes.
How
In
did that
fact, we have
happen?
about 4,000 soldiers on a good day, while Paul Genghis Khan Atreides has over 40,000. And
What? Over 40,000? Holy!
his first order of business was to name a sexually transmitted disease after himself.
Paul's boils. That's the name of the plague, Paul's
That's the name of
boils.
my plague, yeah.
But at least Spiff is far enough away that he
That's
can't hurt us with
crazy.
his sexual warfare.
Oh my goodness, it takes me 2 days to siege down a castle.
Well, never mind then. Spiff can siege castles in 4 days, which allowed him to expand his borders very aggressively, turning the Mongol Empire into a malevolent octopus with tendrils outstretched towards both Ghana and Sweden.
To this guy.
Oh my god. Every 2 seconds I look away and I look back.
Oh, I mean, this isn't even anything, Vale. Like, we can do so much better than this.
What?
We're going to start aiming
He's playing a whole different game. Holy crap.
towards, I think, Arabia next.
No, I mean, you don't have to though. You could,
Listen to Oppenheimer trying to talk peace. Something like it.
I bet.
The Spiffing Brit is known for exploiting game mechanics and or bugs. Oh, interesting.
I'm entering my regret arc.
With Spiff's empire rapidly absorbing dozens of smaller factions each month, he was receiving bulk quantities of prisoners, which after execution allowed him to quickly skyrocket his kills from 2 to 86.
Whoa!
Meanwhile, I was at 39 and Balefisk was at 44.
I don't know, I like
crazy.
our
He
chances of
doubled
catching
them.
up. He only has 86 kills. Yeah.
86.
Yeah, if we combine our kills, we're still
Yeah.
not there.
Do we do like a Yu-Gi-Oh fusion and like become one?
Yeah, we'll do the fusion dance.
Ken Reggiheimer?
Regenheimer, definitely.
Thank you for the prime, Mecha Gilbert. Thank you. Welcome to the Stimnum.
Regenheimer. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
This was not good, so Valefisk and I quickly developed plans to survive the Mongol apocalypse. Vale's plan was quite simple. He was holding 30 of his own children hostage in a Los Alamos black site, and threatening to execute them if Spiff got too close. But this concept only made Spiff expand even faster.
Alright, okay. We're doing Egyptian D-Day currently.
Egyptian D-Day.
2,000 horse archers just landed.
I'm hovering over it. The moment Spiff approaches, I'm gonna execute my kids.
What a wild sentence. The moment he approaches, I'm executing all my children.
I'm holding my own family hostage at this point.
Meanwhile, my plan for survival was to be assimilated into the Mongol Empire as a vassal. Spiff's only request was that I conquer London on his behalf. However, my
Okay.
geographical knowledge of England is much like my character's prestige level, because they are both non-existent.
Oh.
So I just started stabbing in the dark and hoping I'd get lucky.
How's
Sounds
the
like
invasion
London.
of England going? Have you worked out
Oh, we've
where
got a-
London is on the map?
We've got a massive chunk of it.
You've got the tip of East Anglia.
Just the tip.
Got Norfolk.
A massive chunk of it.
Massive chunk. Norfolk has fallen. England is basically ours.
It's all over. It's all over for you guys.
Honestly, being a Mongol vassal was pretty great. Spiff was ridiculously rich, and every so often he'd send me gifts. These could be anything ranging
That's
from a
crazy.
book on
That's crazy. Being your collaborator's vassal and being sent gifts.
financial advice all the way to a literal pope.
You know what?
That's
I'm going to offer you a
hilarious.
vassal, Reggie. They are the head of the Coptic religion, but they can be yours now. And
Where did you get the head of the Coptic religion from?
I'm not sure. He's just a
I
vassal
can't
of
get a
mine.
read. I can't get a read on this guy. First he gives me a book, then he gives me a pope. All right, thanks.
Other than that, it was back to business as usual, trying to capture as many prisoners as possible. But I also made sure to find time for recreation. For example, I contracted leprosy.
Measles.
Not to worry though, my wife treated this illness by cutting off my face, which
Oh.
caused me to gain the disfigured trait along with this giant metal face mask. On the upside, the treatment
Wow.
actually worked. Other than that, I hosted a feast, which allows me to pick a guest of honor that is obligated to attend. For this, I chose a Mongolian man who hates me, and since he's 6,000 kilometers away, it took him 14 months to travel across all of Europe just to attend my shitty
14 months. Just to attend his feast. The chin jutting through the mask. We can do better than the Mongol horde. Alright, we really gotta step it up in the stimdom after this video.
level 1 feast. Oh, and he was also robbed several times on the way here. I was having a terrific time at this point because my empire was a very manageable size. However, Spiff wasn't so lucky because he had to fight 17 wars at the same time while managing the political affairs of millions of people.
There's so many armies running around my land causing chaos.
Was it
Oh
worth
my
it
God,
in
that
the
would be
end
really hard
have
to
to
manage,
deal with all
actually.
of this?
And another one. It was not. I really regret my actions.
We should, Reggie, we should just try and live for as long as possible, because the longer it goes on, the more painful Spiff's fingers get as he micros all of the stuff at once.
Paul, why did you have to do
He's become too powerful. He can't keep up with the micro of his armies.
this? Why did you have to conquer the world? You fucking bastard.
And honestly, I think all the stress started affecting Spiff mentally, because he began giving giant swaths of land to children and random illiterate peasants.
I'm actually not the tribal head, so I'm not in charge of research and development. That actually belongs to a 62-year-old man on the Chinese border currently.
Who doesn't speak any languages that we know of.
He just speaks his own that he came up with, yeah. I'll happily
Instead,
take
I'm
that
giving
land
it
off your
to a
hand.
56-year-old infirm man. Is getting Aquitaine Vale.
Honestly, a method can be to just let the empire shatter and then start conquering again. Oh, you could do that. This is giving me PTSD from my world conquest run. I can't imagine a world conquest run. I can't even run like my one place that I'm given, my one duchy. Like, I really need to lock in and train.
I've judged him to be of superior moral fiber.
What was the test you administered to him? Was it like how effectively he could fall down a flight of stairs, or?
Yeah, he's got a great bounce to his stride.
I'm hearing like the Rocky theme over a montage of him going through like very basic obstacles,
Just
failing
fumbling
every
his way
single
through
one,
them.
yeah, and passing the test to the end.
While Spiff's mental deterioration was a welcome development, it had also resulted in some unexpected consequences.
I won't lie, Paul Atreides looks really fucked up now. He's crossed 50 years of age.
Ugh.
He looks horrible. He does not
It's
look
the
like
smile.
the
The
same person.
smile is not
It's
right.
so scary.
He looks like he was
He's soulless.
grown in a vat.
He does!
Got horribly wrong. Jeez. I'm literally playing the child snatcher right now. Running around like the Bavarian wilderness, capturing.
They tell kids in Germany grew up hearing stories of Paul Atreides, who walks these woods at night.
After executing all of his victims, Spiff was in a very comfortable
Wow. That's crazy. 166 confirmed kills. Holy cow.
lead with 166 kills. And just when all was looking lost, something truly marvelous happened.
I was murdered by an unknown assailant.
Oh my god, you died!
Paul Atreides is dead.
He got murdered!
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh, he died!
It's the end! It's the end of the Mongol Empire! He was murdered!
How many kills? 166 kills.
Oh my god, I can't believe. And he's been replaced by Kogan Du the Clueless. The
We
Mongol
love
Empire.
him. Do the Clueless he's a misunderstood little guy, okay?
Spiff's untimely assassination was an exciting development, but perhaps a little too exciting, because at the time of his death, he ruled over almost the entire map, and after he died, none of these people recognized his son, Kogan Du the Clueless,
Oh,
as their
no.
legitimate leader. This inevitably resulted in
Why is he shirtless? What? Okay.
10,000 civil wars all starting at the same time and crashing the game.
This is gonna be a big one.
I mean, he is the clueless.
The game is lagging as I click rally the troops. Oh my
no,
goodness.
oh dear. Oh god.
Oh dear.
Oh, out of sync.
Twice.
What does that mean? Oh, it's a co-op thing.
Oh my
Oh, no.
goodness, we might have another desync here. This is... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
God.
I gotta say, this was like the most effective way to prevent us from getting more kills, Spiff. You're really thinking outside the box.
With Spiff dead, he can no longer add kills to his total. He can, however, interfere with our attempts to catch up. Honestly, I was at like 50 kills, so I knew it was going to take a Hail Mary for me to close the gap. So I began planning my first mass casualty event.
I'm going to try to host the largest feast possible, and then, because I'm a sadistic lunatic and several of my rivals will be in attendance, I might get an option to burn the entire thing to the ground, killing everyone inside.
That's his plan? That's his plan? He's planning the Bloody Supper. Is that what it's called? The Bloody Supper? For Game of Thrones?
Possibly, I'm inviting 138 people.
Oh, the Red
so-
Wedding! The Red Wedding! Yeah. That's what he's
Actually-
planning.
Oh, if you pull that off, you'll win. 100%.
The key to this working is having as many rivals in attendance as possible. Unfortunately, my main
The
rival was
Crimson
my
Dinner.
wife, and she went missing immediately
Oh.
before the feast. This was very confusing.
Your spouse can go missing? Oh, that's interesting. Ooh, intrigue.
But as it turns out, hours of murdering people had subconsciously conditioned me to always select the execute offender option when navigating dialogue menus. So obviously, when I heard about some lady making fun of me in church, I chopped her head off, only to find out later that it was, in fact, my wife.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no!
She says you killed her yourself.
Oh, did I?
Executed on your orders, age 43.
I just
What
have
a
to stop
plot twist.
accidentally chopping off my wife's head.
It's just
That's always been my
it's a
weakness.
misclick. Yeah.
This was a setback to be sure, but luckily a lot of people despise me, and I found a new rival immediately. High Chieftain Hoppa hates my guts because I think I killed his wife or something. I don't really care, honestly. Anyway, I
Unlawfully.
invited him to the party and waited patiently. It's going to take him 9 months to arrive, and a lot happened in the meantime. For example, Spiff was now burdened with the task of trying to fight 10,000 civil wars all by himself, and I don't think he's coping with it very well.
Another one gets killed. Oh wait, oh my god, what did you do to your hair?
Hey, it's a long distant relative of the Stimdom. It's Stim Daddy? Stim Daddy? I'm in this game. Yeah, this is some kind of Uncle Timothy on holiday. It's so funny. It's Stimdolf, some long distant relative of mine. He even has your roses? That's crazy. And he has the twin tails. What the? This is unnerving.
I'm looking
Some
great.
Black Mirror shit.
Top
I'm
right.
looking fantastic. Don't hate the king, hate the player.
All right, Grandpa. We'll get you back to bed.
We were once a mighty empire.
yes, come along.
My
Does sound
daddy
like me
Paul
too.
built it.
Does sound like me too.
I loved my daddy.
Other than that, our game was again invaded by a dark spirit. This time, someone named Joe joined, commanding the faction of
Joe from
Walmart.
Walmart?
So obviously, he's going on the board too. Also, my empire was fractured by a group of Neo-Sweden separatists, which formed the sovereign land of Bitan. Very annoying, but at least the feast could finally begin. The festivities were underway, and despite being a vengeful, murderous, sadistic lunatic surrounded by my greatest enemies, my character had a great time and chose not to burn the building to the ground.
He had a great time. What a wonderful night out.
How long until you can host your next feast?
5 years.
5 years.
Thank you, Cactifus, for gifting us up to Joe from Walmart. Welcome to the Stimdom.
Well, better luck next time.
I tried the whole thing again 5 years later. Same result. This challenge is slipping
Wow.
through my fingers. Not long after this, my character discovered like 12 different plots to kill him, which caused him to have a mental breakdown and cope with the stress by becoming an alcoholic. However, I flew too close to the sun and literally drank myself to death.
Oh no! I can't believe he lived that long, to
At
be
the
honest.
age of 64. By this point, I had only 73 kills, which placed me firmly behind Spiff and Vale, but comfortably ahead of Joe from Walmart, Morockenheimer, and Nitro Dubs. It's not great, but at least we're on the podium. From here, I started playing as my son. I can't even remember his name, because at the funeral for Reginald, my son was assassinated with a venomous snake. Now, I'm playing as my grandson, who has bioaccumulated many generations of insanity. With so much turmoil in the Empire, I wasn't really sure what to do, so I did the only thing that
His son was assassinated at his funeral? That's crazy.
made sense to me. Killing Spiff's wives.
I've got critical stress because my wife died.
Sorry.
What do you mean, sorry? What did you do to my
Oh
wife?
no, I didn't do anything.
Unfortunately, my grandson isn't as sadistic as I was, and the more people he killed, the more mental breakdowns he
Oh.
experienced, which eventually led him to making some very questionable decisions.
no.
For example, he took his only daughter and sent her on a multi-year-long journey to West Africa so she could be tutored by none other than Robert the Strangler Oppenheimer. Upon arriving, she was immediately imprisoned and killed. This caused my stress levels to skyrocket, and things started going completely off the rails. I challenged my grandmother to a debate about fashion, which she lost so badly that she had to burn her clothes. Then, to celebrate my victory, I pulled out my own eyeball and became a flagellant, before sprinting into the Swedish countryside and defeating a grizzly bear in hand-to-hand
Damn. Why did his grandma look so good, though? What?
combat.
That's wild.
Then I became best friends with an illiterate peasant suffering from leprosy. I did this so that I could challenge him to duels to release my anger, and somehow I lost.
God, what?
Following that, I was so dejected that I decided to let 2 entire cities burn to the ground while I got drunk. That's about it for me. Let's check in with the
He
others.
became, what was the crazy emperor of Rome? Was it Nero or was it Caligula? He basically did that. It was Nero. He did that. Oh, both. Well, both, yes. One of them burnt Roan down, possibly both.
Similarly to my grandson, Spiff was embracing his anti-hero persona, and he's now trying to sabotage Veilfisk by assassinating all of his personal physicians. In response, Veilfisk declared his secession from the Mongol Empire, and he even managed to convince 23,000 of his West African neighbors to join him.
Okay, so that's what happened. I'm attacking you now.
It's a tyranny war, and I won't lie, there's quite a lot of people,
Oh, have I got friends for this? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
It's a horror.
23,000 people versus Kagan do the clueless.
Also, Vale seems to have adopted a new and exciting strategy for killing people. He finds single women in other kingdoms, invites them to marry him, and then once they're in his borders, he executes them. Using this technique, he managed to pass 100 kills, and he was quickly catching up to Spiff. Naturally, Spiff tried to stop him, but Vale's African coalition quickly came to his defense.
But I see an army. I see a Mongolian army on the border.
Here come the Mongolian armies. There are many of us. I will torture you.
Oh, my allies are here. Oh my god, so many of them are here.
It's literally this is the Avengers Endgame of the Civil War.
Oh, I got my wife again. Execute. Okay.
No, stop it. He's killing his wives.
Eventually, Spiff's forces managed to overwhelm Veilfisk, at which point he was captured and imprisoned.
At long last, Robert the Stranger is finally the serial
killer.
Is behind bars. 114 kills. One of the greatest serial killers of all time.
The world is in a much safer place because of this.
He looks so angry behind her.
He looks terrifying. He does
look so angry. He is fuming right now. Oh my god.
However, a clerical error on Spiff's part resulted in one of history's greatest serial killers, Robert the Strangler Oppenheimer, accidentally getting released from prison by paying a $90 fine.
What? $95 is all it takes. That was his bail? $95? That's crazy. 122 deaths, but he's on bail for 95 gold.
I can... Oh, no, I don't want to do court. Oh, here it is.
What are you trying to do? Do you just get freed from jail?
Yeah.
Oh,
you ransomed me.
Yeah, I ransomed everyone other than you because it said you were
95 golds. 95 gold.
So
I'm back in the seat. I'm back in the seat.
You can buy
500
one
soldiers.
Warhammer box with that.
Oppenheimer was out and back to his evil ways. Spiff did not take this news well.
I'm committing suicide.
That's his immediate reaction. It's all over. Can't recover from that.
Okay, so Kagan the Clueless may be dead, but Spiff's physiological need to kill Veilfisk has never been more alive. In fact, he renamed his entire empire to Die Oppenheimer. So after gathering himself mentally, he went back to Los Alamos,
Okay, that's a valid crash out.
beat the hell out of Veilfisk, and then threw him in jail a second time before promptly beheading him and putting an end to this entire experiment.
Wow.
So there you have it. Sweden is being ruled by a psychopath. Robert Oppenheimer personally strangled 100 children, and civilizations across the world are imploding because a British man pretended to be Mongolian. Honestly, I couldn't have imagined this going any better. I want to thank Paradox for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to try CK3 for free this weekend. And if you've made it this far, I've got a little reward for you. Because Paradox has also given me 9 CD keys for Crusader Kings 3 Deluxe, which includes every DLC. I have covertly hidden these keys in various places throughout the video. If you find one, it's all yours. For reference, here's what this might look like. Alright, that's all for this video. Thanks to this month's patrons for supporting the channel, and finally thank you for watching.
Oh my god. Like, I know Crusader Kings can do some crazy things, but that was next level. That was next level. Hey Stim, I posted a spiffing Brit video breaking Total War Warhammer on Discord React videos. It's a good one. Oh, I will check it out. Thank you. Stim, if you like Game of Thrones, yesterday Spiff uploaded a CK3 modded Game of Thrones video, which I think you'd like. Ooh, I do like Game of Thrones, and I do like CK3. Having a crazy objective is a big part of Paradox game. Smith crashing the game with Civil Wars was crazy. I actually didn't realize you could co-op this game. I didn't realize people play this game co-op.
Warhammer Total War.
I would love to do that. I want to play this game with someone. Most people don't. I mean, you'd have to be okay with complete chaos and just fast forwarding the game, I imagine. Otherwise it would take forever. Have you done CK3 Game of Thrones playthrough? I've just started playing CK3. I'm doing a 100 baby challenge right now. I know Crusader Kings can do some crazy things. Tim in Constantinople 1204. Ghost Stars co-op win? I think Arisa's played it once. Maybe I can get Outbreak to play CK3 with me and do some kind of murder hobo challenge. That would be very fun. I just have to gift them the game, I think, or wait till it goes on sale. Wouldn't that be fun? Mochi, Maple, Stim, and Arisa Murder Hobo CK3 challenge. That would be very fun. Yeah, I can wait for the free weekend. I also want to do my Total War Skaven PvP challenge. I have so many ideas for challenges, I just haven't had time to set them all up yet. Mochi playing CK3 would be funny. It would be hilarious. It's just as they say, pay your friends to play with you. I will literally pay them to play with me. My money's on Maple going full war. So I feel like everyone would be like having fun with it, and then Maple would go like psychopathic war tactician and just like get her Excel spreadsheets out and like destroy us one by one with methodical logic. She would go Excel spreadsheet mode. And I would be like, tee-hee, look at these murder hoboings, tee-hee. And she would be like, you'll be done by turn 120. Oh, wait, what? Huh? She's like, I've planned it out. I've plotted it out. Paradox games are great for spreadsheeting. I don't know how to do that. My brain is not built like that. I don't have a logical brain. I have a tee-hee, I'm a court jester brain. You could all play unlanded characters. That's true. We could play unlanded characters. I haven't done an unlanded character. Kill or seduce as many of the other people's spouses as possible before dying. See, that's what I'm good at. I would excel at that. Seduction challenge, 100%. Murder challenge, I'm not as good at that. I'm not that good at it. I'm not. It doesn't work for me. Sure. That's what you're good at in game, right? Right? Obviously, I already had, what, 2 children? Okay, it doesn't sound like an accomplishment, but just you wait. I will have 100 babies by the end of this game. Outbreak CK3 would be so unhinged. It would be so fun. Alright, chat. I was gonna play Total War after this, but I might end early. 1 second. I might end early. I'm sorry. I'm feeling really tired all of a sudden. And I think I'm gonna end here and go work on taxes. Blech. Taxes! Blech. I'll be back tomorrow for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I already downloaded it from GOG. And I got the patch for it. So it should run. I'll test it today to make sure it doesn't instantly crash. Please do not talk about taxes. I'm sorry. It's on my brain. It's on my brain. I have so much to figure out. So it's on my brain. But yeah, I'm gonna test out Vampire the Masquerade today, make sure it runs, and that'll be our game for tomorrow. I'm very excited. Very excited. I've heard that's like one of the greatest RPGs ever. One of the best storylines in a game. So Vampire the Masquerade won't instantly crash. It usually takes an hour. Well, I can't play an hour of it because that'll spoil it. So that's unfortunate. I just have to hope that the patches fix it then, I guess. save often. I'll save often. Any idea what clan? No, I don't have an idea. I kind of have a general idea of what they do because I have a base knowledge of Vampire the Masquerade from the TTRPG, but I don't actually know what I'm gonna pick. Stim, can you stop ending when I get back from work? I'm sorry, Mac. I've been like streaming every day for the last what 6 days, and I'm a little tired today. Usually I stream for another at least hour or two, but you're gonna pick the seducer ones and you know it. Teehee. I'm probably gonna pick the seduction one. Teehee. I just love being the face. I just love being the face of a party. I love using that Riz, okay? I love it. It's so fun for me. Okay, anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow for Vampire the Masquerade. Thanks for hanging out today. I hope you have a great Monday. Bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye.